Hey, kids. You're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast. Prepare for the SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML Podcast. I am your host, Joe. Yeah, we're back at it. Bri and Aki are here. How are you two?
Doing all right.
Hungry. Very, very hungry.
Why didn't you eat before the show?
Because it's early.
Yeah, because it's not even 5 p.m. yet.
It's only 7 for me.
Moving different time zones. Totally your fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm eating during this. It's fine.
Yeah, I have injury to make me food during the show.
I'm glad showtime is when everyone decides to eat. Well, you should be farming your own food because that would fit today's theme. Haha. See what I did
used
there. Anyway, joining us from LemonChili Games, Nando Sarmiento. How are you doing today?
Hello, guys. Everything's great. How are you?
Doing very good. Welcome to the show. It is a pleasure to have you here. I have really enjoyed my time with Super Farming Boy, and I am quite excited to have you here to chat about the game. For the people who don't know what Super Farming Boy is, give us the sales pitch. What is Super Farming Boy?
Oh, okay. Well, Super Farming Boy is it's a farming game, but it's not a farming game. Basically, that's the weirdest pitch, but that's the actual pitch. It's a farming game, but it's also a puzzle game. It has this weird combo mechanics where each one of the crops that you plant or your farm have these specific combo effects on specific slots in your field. So that means that you can do chain reactions when you harvest crops, and that basically means that it's a farming game, but at the same time you can totally optimize how you do things, basing on how you handle your crops. And not only that, but the crops deal damage on these same spots where they affect. And in this way, you can attack crop eaters or destroy boulders or different sort of things. So it looks like a simple farming game, but it has a lot of hidden mechanics that start evolving as you play, basically.
I believe I've stumbled onto a few of the mechanics, but Bri and Aki, I think they've treated it more like a farming game than a puzzle game. Yeah?
I feel like I got some of the puzzle aspects. I was, doing some combos and figuring stuff out. Yeah, I think I have a question already. Is really what possessed you to mash all these genres together? You've got like the farming sim, the action, some puzzles. Like, what else is mashed in there?
Well, there's also the story side of things.
Right. But what were you going for? Like mashing all those genres together? Like, was there something behind that? Like,
yeah, I think that what's behind that, it was just to keep me entertained.
Okay.
I generally like to do complex things. It's something that's in my nature. If something is not complex enough, it doesn't make sense to me personally to dive into it. So it has to be complicated. It has to be something like that sounds impossible. Like it's part of my nature, and I've been developing games and animation and video, and I was a movie director, and I did special effects for a long time. I've had an animation studio prior to this studio, and we did a ton of work for like big clients, like I don't know, Xbox, Google, Disney. We did a lot of work, and our job, it was a CGI animation company, and every project was like a challenge of its own in terms of the technology, because I'm talking about year 2008. So we had to deal with a lot of things, and I just like complicated things, and I thought that if it's not complicated enough, it's not fun to work on. I really, but at the same time, what's complex about a project like this is to make it playable. You know, you can have like a very complicated idea, but the real challenge is to not be complicated for the user, for the end user. The end user should feel it like something completely natural. And for instance, if you guys have been playing the game as a farming game and not dealing with the puzzles or not dealing with the other features of the game, that was intentional from my design. My design was made in such a way, our design, or the game design, is made in such a way where anyone can play the game whichever way they want. So
yeah, I think I probably found the worst way to play it though. So instead of buying all the plants like a reasonable human being would do, I kept saving my money and buying upgrades, because I was like, well, upgrades, that's clearly the way to play the game. It's as I've been informed, that's really not the way to play the game. That does not get you any money.
You know, you need plants to have upgrades to work on, right?
Yeah, but I thought just the plants that I got randomly was probably going to be good, and it's not. You need to buy more plants.
I gotta admit, I am such a horrible backseater when I'm watching people play this game, just because like when I first started, nothing clicked for me, but then there was that moment where I got like the first real big combo. I'm like, now I get it. Now I know what I got to do. And I try to tell everyone, like, my tips for when you start would be to clean up, plant plants, get your fever, and call it a day. What would you recommend people do when they're first starting out in this game?
Well, I mean, that's perfect. And yeah, of course, the moment that you do the first big combo and it feels like a pachinko machine, it starts getting addictive, like right then, right? So our tutorial tries to aim you towards that direction, because we understand that when the user gets to that moment, then it gets addictive. Prior to that, it's just like a normal farming game. It can be cute and it can be interesting because you fly around, because you have superpowers and etc. And because you like the aesthetics, but it gets interesting when you start doing the combos and you see, oh, I want to do that again and again and again and again and again. And so basically, yeah, I think that way of playing the game is it would be the ideal way of playing the game. But in truthness, there's a lot of people that have been playing the game, and I've been getting the feedback. I got the feedback of like, oh, I want this to be more like Stardew Valley, and I want I want more story, and I don't want to do puzzles or whatever. And they just don't want to work towards the combos. And what I understand there is like, okay, I don't think that every farming game should be like for super Stardew Valley, because it would be boring if everything is the same thing. And also, this is a completely different game. When we did the trailers and the screenshots and the descriptions, we try to expose that this game is different. Just to get those people out of the way, because I don't want you to buy this game and think that you're going to play Stardew Valley. No, you're playing this game. If you play this game, it's because you like Bejeweled, or because you like Candy Crush, or because you like casual games like pachinko machines. Like this is completely different. But at the same time, it has the farming mechanic, but it's mostly like time management thing. It's the real inspiration for this game. The first inspiration for this game was a game called Insane Aquarium. Do you guys know it? Know of it?
Never heard of it.
Okay. This game is the game that the Plants vs. Zombies designer made before Plants vs. Zombies. So basically, it's a very stupid game, very stupid game. But I would really, really recommend you to play it because it basically is like an aquarium where you have fishes, and you purchase fish which spawn coins, and then you get coins to buy bigger fish. So basically, it's basically a farming game, but in the form of fishes. It's super weird.
I like the sound of that. That sounds cute.
It sounds, it's very cute. And if you play the game, you say, oh, okay, this guy got the idea for Plants vs. Zombies after he did this, right? So that game is super addictive. It's super, super addictive and has very short levels, but you keep playing, you can't stop playing it. So when I play that, I said, okay, if I do a game, I need it to feel like this. And I think we got there. The sensation is pretty similar.
I get the addictive gameplay. I'm actually like playing while we're talking, just like something else to do with my hands in the background, and like it is addictive gameplay that you've got going on here. I just don't always know like what's going on with the world. Like you've got this really alien world. There's spring, and then there's volcano season. There's aliens around. Like what is? Tell me about the world.
Well, yeah, basically, I like doing strange stuff always. That's my motto. I think like trash things. But when we did this game, we decided that the first season of the game should look like normal, so that we get a lot of people getting into the game and say, okay, this looks like your average looking farming game. That was a good decision, and at the same time, it was a bad decision because of these players getting in and thinking that it was going to be Stardew Valley, right? But and that totally changes when you go into Volcanic. Well, what we figured was okay, this is a super farming boy, so it's a super farming game in another planet. So why should we have the same seasons as planet Earth? So we started like playing around with that, and we started like creating this nuclear radioactive season. There's actually 2 more seasons that aren't there in the game yet, but one is a time warp season where you have like slots that go in rewind and slots that go in fast forward. So it's like a time, like an Inception thing, or a time travel weird thing. There's another season that's completely underwater. Just because I like underwater, I actually hate underwater levels in Super Mario, but I like how you move around swimming. So we did that. So the feel of the game, instead of flying around, you're swimming around, which feels excellent. Like mashing the B button, to swim, whoop, 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 like Mario. Yeah. So basically so yeah, we wanted to do the same but different, right? It's like that old saying, give me the same but different. So basically it's the same, because if you played any farming game, you understand that when you change seasons, you have new challenges, and the seeds change and the seeds rot, and you had to deal with the new mechanics for the season, which is basically another level or another world or another whatever. So yeah, we wanted to do like weird stuff to keep people entertained. The reality is that a bunch of users have not liked a lot the weirdness of the first for instance, when they get into the volcanic season, they get like frustrated because they were expecting like a much more normal thing. But when they get when they understand what's going on, they keep playing because it's addictive, and they get it afterwards, right? Thank God.
Yeah, I like the weirdness. I'm gonna be honest. It was very unexpected. Like you mentioned, it's I'm definitely excited to see what comes next after Volcanic. Because it's wacky, it's interesting.
Right.
I'm curious
I
to know how is it that on day 15 I've got a whole bunch of crops planted, things look good, rocks are cleaned up, trees are gone, and then I sleep one night and the world goes to shit. There's volcanoes everywhere. There's new rocks everywhere, new trees. My half my crops are destroyed. Like, did a natural disaster happen overnight when seasons change?
Well, the reason why that's happening is because it's not explained in the game, but I know the reason. I can tell you. Your mother is the sun, and she's not around anymore. So the planet is orbiting another star. So when since it's orbiting another few stars, it's making this weird 8-shaped orbit that's making you go closer to the sun as you closer than what you should be. So that makes that's the explanation of why the seasons are so wacky. But that's never explained in the game. I should have explained it. Even though, the reason why it goes all to shit so fast, it's basically this is like a hidden reason for most games to do this. If I wouldn't have done that, the game would be boring. Like if you would keep playing, right? You would keep playing on spring forever. Yeah, you would be like bored. Like, okay, I'm giving you something to do now. It's completely difficult at first, but if you level up your stuff, it's not difficult at all. You just need to keep on playing. It's based off on like free-to-play games that have these impossible challenges, and you have to go at it a lot and work a lot. And it's a way to expand content and expand retention, to make people play more time. So making it difficult gives you something to do. Of course, we had to tone that down because it was very difficult at first, and for me it was okay, but because I was doing the game, so we had to tone it down a lot. Actually, not all crops rot when you change seasons. At first, it takes like a few days for them to rot, and all the special seeds never rot between seasons. So the real game there, the meta of the game, is to get the special seeds and plant those in a strategically enough for the game to be profitable for you throughout the year. For instance, I don't know if you played enough of this, but if you plant trees and repli plants in certain patterns, you can get a lot of money. And there's a lot of people who got this, and there's tons of videos on YouTube of people doing actually doing infinite combos. Which is super interesting because we never could do that ourselves. You can set up specialty seeds in such a way that combos are infinite, so you get infinite money. But it's super difficult to do. So yeah, that's
the only time I've been able to get infinite combos is during fever, because everything grows back instant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all I'm thinking is
got some big combos.
Yeah, I think my highest combo was like an 8 or something. I need to get better at this game. So now I know I need to go on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out.
You need to buy plants, Aki. You need
that
to
would
buy
probably help
seeds.
too. Yeah. That might possibly help a little bit.
When
I don't know how much
seeds,
but...
I seem to notice that there are a handful of different ones that grow different times of day, different conditions. There are grows once and regrowable. First off, why should anyone ever spend any money on something that only grows once, as opposed to something that is a continual source of income? And what made you decide for which vegetables and fruits to be in which season, given how odd the seasons in this game are?
Oh, okay. That's two questions. The answer to the second one, that's completely random. So there's no reason at all why there's carrots on the spring and there's and potatoes and there's other stuff on other seasons. It's completely random. That's not. There's no real reason. In terms of why there's one-offs and why there's the grow ones versus the regrow seeds crops. This is something that came about a lot as well in the feedback when we launched the game. The people like hating the one-time crops, and we had to change the economy a bit to make them more viable. Basically, the one-off crops give much more money, and when you start every season, you need money to get the regrowables. So basically, it's a means to an end. Once you've used those enough, you plant the regrowables, and you don't need those anymore. So it's like a stepping step towards something, and it's something to do towards something else. So if you don't want to buy them, that's completely fair, and that's fine. But there's something that you should know as well, and this is not yet in the game fully, but yes, in some sort. In the game, you have crop eaters. These crop eaters fuck up your farm, right?
Yeah, they're assholes.
They're assholes. So if you want to wipe them out in a combo, like at once, there are certain crop eaters that have regrowable life, like they have the hit points replenished after you hit them. So you need to do like a big combo to get them. If the game only had regrowable crops, right? The ones that you can't move around, or that once you plant them, you can't move. You can't do anything else because that's where they are. It's completely and very frustrating to kill these crop eaters, and also the regrowables do not grow at night. So when I created the game, I found it. I wanted to create these crop eaters, and I thought it was a great mechanic, but it was extremely frustrating and boring to kill them. So what I had to do is to leave that. Make that the grow once crops always grow, even at dead night, because you generally end up killing these fuckers at night, very deep at night. But if I left the regrowables to grow at dead night, the game would be very easy to the users to make free money forever without having to go to sleep. So basically the grow ones are usable when killing crop eaters and doing certain puzzles. The game now has one crop eater that's so stupid that's very easy to kill, but we are having an update soon that features two more crop eaters that are not as easy. One is a spider that moves around and jumps around, and the other is this sort of fly that you push around when you hit it, and there are more complex crop eaters coming later, like replenishable life, etc. So if you didn't have the grow once crops, it would be a very bad game, basically. So you need them.
So it sounds like you guys have a long future planned for this game. Are they going to be free updates, paid DLC? What kind of future do you have lined up for this?
Well, we have developed and designed a lot for the game, but the reality is that the game didn't sell very well. It sold very poorly in relation to the time that we spent developing the game. It was the sales are very, very, very low. So we have an update coming that's going to be free. And it's featuring these crop eaters, maybe a boss fight, because we have a boss fight at like 80%, and we have two more seasons that of course are almost done, But the reality is that there's no money coming in. So unless the game makes itself viral or something that is completely unexpected at this moment, I'm not like really positive that we will be able to do a lot of updates. But we will make one free update at least that it will feature these new crop eaters, maybe a boss fight if we can manage to pay the salaries and bugs. We had planned a lot for this game, of course. What's true as well is that we are going to launch the game as a free-to-play soon on certain territories on mobile. The reason for this is because we have experience doing user acquisition, but only on mobile. And we think that after we launch the game on Xbox, which was already launched, but after we launch it on Switch and PlayStation, as it is now, we think that the only way to get traction and people to know of the game is to do a lot of ads. But I can't do ads and lose money, right? So the only way to do ads for us and try not to lose money would be to make the game a free-to-play. Keep the premium version, but have a new other version that would be freemium or free-to-play. And like see if we have luck there. That would be like our last shot, our last bullet. And if it doesn't work, okay, well, we will drop the project altogether. But that's our future plans right now.
Oh, I hope things turn around because I am really enjoying this game and would love to see these future plans come to fruition. What is the original launch date of the game? I know it just came out on Switch and Xbox. It launched on PC previously, yes? Yes.
It launched first on iOS. It was January, I think. January 20th, something like that. First on iOS and Android on the same week. Then we launched on Steam on August. 20th August. No, 12th August. And we just launched on Xbox. I'm pretty sure that we'll be launching on Switch in the next month. In the next month, hopefully.
Very good. Now it's on Steam and it's on Xbox. Have you guys looked into bringing it to the Windows Xbox PC store and making it a Play Anywhere title? I know Xbox has been pushing their Play Anywhere program very hard lately, and it seems like games making use of it have been getting extra attention from Xbox. Is that something you've looked into?
We actually never thought of it until someone mentioned it to us on Twitter. I don't own an Xbox myself, so I didn't know of it. But I'm going to check it out. I'm just jotting this down right now. I'm going to look into it with the Xbox people and ask them if we would get us extra attention. But the reality is that on Xbox we sold so little copies that it's. I don't know if it makes sense. They will really need to help us, push the game much more. We sold very, very little.
Do you think that's a problem with the industry as a whole right now, in that there's just so many games releasing that it's hard to stand out and make yourself seen?
Yes, totally. It's we always end up releasing our products late. I think that's. But yeah, it's a common place right now. People are just like buying only the FOMO, the fear of missing out games, or playing the super viral multiplayer thing that's the latest thing, or they're like just paying very, very, very little money for huge old games, right? Discounts for 90% off for Mortal Kombat X, whatever. So you have like so many games and so many good games for so little money that a new game without marketing or without a good solid marketing budget and strategy, that they just get buried into the ground, and unless it becomes viral for whatever reason, which is not a marketing strategy, right? That's not a strategy at all. Trying to get viral just because you think it's going to be viral for whatever reason, that's stupid directly. But it's the only thing that we have, right? It's to wait for like a big streamer to know of the game and just play it. But yeah, we did.
Man, I wish we were a big streamer.
Oh, I wish I were a big streamer. Yeah, but it's whatever, right? It's super difficult in any. But it's there's always a difficulty, right? The same happens with movies. It's just an excuse. I mean, we did a bad job in certain. We need to accept that, right? We need to accept that we didn't do a good enough marketing strategy. We tried our best, but it wasn't enough.
What led you to Renzo Europe Limited as your publisher, and what have they been doing to help with getting attention to the game?
No, that's us. We didn't get any publisher. That's ourselves. It's a company, but we don't have a publisher. We've
self-published. All right.
Right.
All right. I thought that was a different company. That makes more sense.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about the art style. Is this all hand drawn? Are you like emulating old cartoons? I kind of got some Cuphead vibes from the art. Tell me more about the art.
Yeah, the art is all hand drawn, completely. It's actually I met the illustrator for this game. He's called Martin Merlo. He's great. And actually met him because I was like looking to hire an art director for my studio. We need to do some stuff, and he showed me his work, and he showed me like these very cute little frogs that he made, and I said, okay, this guy, I can make a game of this guy's style, because I don't know, I fell in love with his style, so I hired him to do all the concept art. And then we started like working together a lot, and I said, okay, let's do the full game. So all the assets were drawn by him, like 90%.
Nice. I love the art. That was a standout thing for me, was definitely the art. And what other like influences went into this game, whether it was the art style, the story, what games, what media, influence went into this?
Well, for sure, the Insane Aquarium game I mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
That's the first one. The second one, I think PopCap in general, right? I've been working with anime. I'm a movie director, actually. I worked a lot of. I studied cinema. I love cinema, and I started doing like visual effects just because I was good with After Effects and combustion back in the day. So I did a bunch of visual effects. Then I funded an animation company, and we did tons of commercials, like for 10 years, tons of commercials. And I was sick of it, right? Like doing commercials sucks a lot. It's a lot of work, and clients are a pain in the ass. And one day I just like hooked up my PlayStation because I wasn't playing a lot. I wasn't playing anything at all, and I just stumbled upon Plants vs Zombies, and I remember that when I was a little boy, I did a lot of coding myself, and I did games using very old software called Games Factory, the Games Factory, or Click and Play by Maxis. Yeah. Which now is called Click Team Fusion, which I still use actually. Okay. And I remember that I could code stuff, and when I saw Plants vs Zombies, I said to myself, I can do this. Like it wasn't like a 3D game, very complicated game, like where you need a lot of people to do it. It's you can do Plants vs Zombies. It's a fairly simple game to do. What's difficult is the design part, right? But not the art or the coding aspect of it. So then I met, not met, but I started like knowing of PopCap and all the PopCap games. And prior to their sale to EA, PopCap, it was like super innovative in terms of casual games, like Bejeweled or Venice. Is it Venice called? I don't know if you guys played these games, but all the PopCap games or the solitaire games were super simple but super addictive. Super like Peggle or Suma. Those games are super addictive, and they were so awesome. And I wanted to do a game that would be capture that PopCap vibe, because once Electronic Arts bought that company, it killed that. Completely.
That
There's
hurts
no
so
more.
much.
Yes, that was so awful. Plants vs Zombies 2 is good enough, I think, but the rest is so bad. And Bejeweled is so good. It was so good, but now it sucks.
Peggle. I want more Peggle.
Right, Peggle was so amazing. Well, the Peggle 2 that they made it sucked so much ass. Sorry. It was so bad. And the
Best
Peggle
answer
2,
ever.
yes. And the Peggle 2 on Xbox, I never played it because I didn't own an Xbox, so I don't know if it's good or bad. But it didn't sell well, right? So I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But I wanted to capture that vibe, that sort of like casual thing with very stupid art. That is with very stupid stories. I wanted to do that. And in terms of inspirations, yes, of course, Harvest Moon, but the GBC with the Game Boy Color one. The first one, which is very arcade-like. It's not like Stardew Valley. I don't like Stardew Valley, honestly. I
don't either.
Oh, okay. I haven't met a lot of people who don't like it, but I don't want to walk from here to over there to do this. I want to play and have fun. That's what I want. Harvest Moon is that, right? Harvest Moon is super arcade-like. Everything's close by. You don't have to, walk around a lot and wait. I understand that the value of Stardew Valley is the story and the relationships that you have with the other characters and what have you, and that's fine for those players. But I generally have very little time to play, so I want to play something really fast. And another of our inspirations was the game Grindstone.
Okay.
From Capybara. Definitely the games from Cappy Games, sorry, are an inspiration for me as well. The game, what's it called? The Maiden Magic, Clash of Heroes. I don't know if you played it.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a very good one. Yes.
That game is super, and the reason those guys made that game was because they had a ton of experience doing match 3 games for mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So said, okay, let's do an RPG with this mechanic, and that game is so good. Actually, there's a lot of heavy inspiration from that game in ours, and also, of course, Diabolica by Derek Yu. I don't know if you've ever played this game. When Derek Yu was, I think he was 12 years old or something like that. I remember I talked to him. I'm sure that he forgot this, but I used to talk to him via email. I was like 10, I don't know, 8 years old. I don't know. And he was doing these games also with the Games Factory. Or I think it actually was Click and Play, but it's the same company. And he made this game called Diabolica, which actually you can play a new version of this game inside UFO 50. This game is one of the 50 games. It's called Diabolica, and it's actually the same as Super Farming Boy. It's not a farming game, but it's a chain reaction game. And I was heavily inspired by this game to make the chain reaction mechanic. It's the same thing. You have to kill things and you have to set up elements for the chain reaction to go off, and it's super addictive. It's super addictive. And it was a very, very, very simple game, free game that he released on Windows 95, I think. So yeah, those are the main inspirations, I guess.
Nice. You just kind of mentioned mobile games again. I read on your website that you made a mobile game that's a flick 'em up.
Yeah.
Well, tell me more about that, please.
We made 2 games. We made a game called Floyd's Sticker Squad, which is actually a Crossy Road like game where that it's also a shooter. Mm-hmm. So the controls are like Crossy Road, but you get this. You have these time traveling little beings that shoot bullets, and when they die, you get to rewind the level and you get to replay the level with another a character, so it gets easier every time. We got inspired from that from that other game, what's the name of the game where you rewind and you played again the game, but it was a shooter by Cappy. I don't remember the name now, but Super Time Force.
Yeah, Super Time Force. Yeah.
Okay. So we did a Super Time Force mobile. Nice. And it's super addictive as well. That's very, very, and the game did pretty well. It has like 4.8 stars on iOS. Awesome. It did fairly well. It didn't make any money, but it made good ratings, good reviews. And that's one of our games. That's the first game that we make. The second game was actually not designed by me. It's designed by a fella called Cobb Chris, and he's the game designer behind it. And it's a flick 'em up. It's basically, I have 4 characters on a tower. It's called Tower Power. And you flick from the characters and they shoot. When we got into mobile games, we decided to bring new ideas and new controls to the business, right? Because all games are pretty similar and they don't end up innovating. So we decided to make 2 original mechanics. And the games are very good. I think I really like them, but they weren't profitable enough to keep them going. Basically because they are action games, and most people don't play a lot of action games on mobile. But I would strongly recommend you play both our games on mobile. They are free to play, and they are like Super Farming Boy. I mean, they were heavily. It's the same team, so you get that vibe from playing both of those games.
And how big a team are you? Just a few, or?
Right now, we're just a few because the Super Farming Boy was launched, and a few hires decided to stop working with us. So we are like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, like 5 people.
Okay, all right. So, what's behind the name LemonChili? Where did that name come from?
My Lemon is my brother because he likes limoncello, and Chili likes spicy things. That's the only stupid reason of the name. That name.
All right, very cool.
You mentioned stupidity a lot, and you seem to take pride in the stupid characters, the stupid art. We love stupid. Like, I think it's stupid when people sub to us, but I appreciate it anyway. Like, thank you, Mr. Torrance, for subbing Carnage to us. Obviously you every game doesn't get perfect reviews. What is the stupidest thing some stupid asshole said about your game that just drives you nuts?
I think that what drives me nuts.
Let anger go.
Yes. I have a ton of anger. I actually, what I hate the most, which is, I think it's normal now at this stage for any developer. If you play our game and you genuinely do not like it, I think it's perfect for you to leave a bad review. I think that's healthy. I mean, all reviews are good. In terms of it gives me feedback. Even if you didn't like the game, that's perfect. I mean, what I hate the most is people leaving bad reviews in terms of not recommending the game on Steam, but having played the game like 20 hours. And starting the review saying, I like this game a lot, but then they say, but I didn't feel like it was like Stardew Valley, blah, blah. So they do not recommend it, but they liked it, and they played 20 fucking hours. if you didn't like the game, how the fuck you played so much for a $10 game? I mean, I think that's an asshole thing to do in general because they don't know the bad that they are making. It's I don't mind if you don't want to recommend it. That's fine, but the amount of money that we make per game sold right now is less than a Starbucks coffee. In terms of the tax that you get out of the game and the cut that Steam gets, and the fact that the most countries in the world have the price like slashed to half, right? It's like 50% off in most countries. That means that the amount of money that I can get for a sale is like $3 like that, something like that, $3 or $4. That's very little money. I mean, you are not drinking your caramel macchiato for 20 hours.
True. Unless you're like really milking that thing.
Like you do, Jacob.
But but it's part of the game. You know, we knew that getting in, and yeah, I grew used to that. But that makes that our game is not like very positive or overwhelmingly positive because you have only three pairs people, just three. That's enough for you to be out. You know, just for you not to be in overwhelmingly positive or whatever. And that means a lot for the Steam algorithm. But well, that's life.
That is a big pet peeve of mine as well, and it's a big reason why we do this show and the way we do reviews is we don't just hammer on negatives and be overly negative just to be negative, because a lot of people make their clicks off of just shit talking everything. We try to be constructive, and when people just leave like a meme review, they're not helping anyone. They're not telling you what could be improved with the game, what needs to be worked on, how you could fix it. It's just like, ooh, fart, butt, and it doesn't help at all.
No, but if it's a meme review, I can at least I can understand it. But if the review is I like the game, I really like this game. I mean, if you like it, why are not you fucking recommending it, right? It's like, okay, I understand, but how come you played so much of it? If I'm watching a movie and I don't like it, I stand up and I leave the theater. I don't stay until it ends. I stood up on all the last Jurassic World movies. I won't be there until the end. I don't know why I keep paying the ticket to go, but I keep doing it. Well, maybe this time, but after 15 minutes, I just stand up and leave, and that's what you should do. I don't. That's fine, and it's fine also if you like Jurassic World movies. It's just a joke, but I don't know. I can't get that. I can't get my hand around that.
As one of the people who do that, I usually like to play a game as long as I can put up with it, just to see if maybe something happens that makes me start to like it, or maybe something connects and I'm like, oh, now I understand, now I like it more, or something like that. Because I play a lot of games I don't particularly care for, and I have a tendency to play them for very long periods of time. I still don't mean I like them.
Well, there's hate playing something, and then there's playing something and saying you like it, but still leaving a negative review.
Yeah,
I guess that's...
Like, if you admit you like it, why is your review negative? You just said you like it.
I mean, do you... I have movies that I'm like, statistically, these are really shitty movies, but I do like them. That doesn't change the fact that they're shitty movies. Just, I like something that's a piece of crap. Everyone likes stuff that's crap. I mean,
we like you, and you're a shitty co-host.
Exactly! See, there we go. Now we get it. That's why.
Yeah, that's been a long month, but we're back in action, people. We're back to slinging shit the way we used to.
Yeah, because like this game, for instance, for me is like I understand why people would like this game, so I would leave a positive review. It's not really a game for me, though. I play it wrong, as I said earlier, and it's not as enjoyable for me because my brain says, no, do this. Even though now I know that's not the way to do it, I still want to do it that way because that's just how I play games. And it's like, that makes the game very slow and kind of boring for me. But I'm like, I understand why people would like this game.
Yeah.
I can easily see it. It's well made. It's very pretty. I understand the basics of the mechanics. I can see why other people would like it. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, it's not for me. It's a piece of shit. No, it's clearly a good game. I just don't particularly care for it myself.
I think that's a really hard balance that you got to get when you're reviewing stuff. Is even if you personally don't like it, if you could still see the value in something.
Oh yeah, that is definitely a thing that's hard to kind of manage.
Yeah, whereas there's also things like I look at like Halloween, the movies. They're all shit.
I thought you were just going to talk about the holiday. Like, I don't get enough candy. This is bullshit.
No, I get plenty of candy because I buy candy and no one ever comes to my house. So no, I get plenty of that. No, like all those movies, all the original ones are, realistically, most of them are absolute garbage. They're really shitty movies. I love that entire series, but they're all fucking hot garbage.
You're hot garbage.
Yes, I am.
Nando, I know we've been chatting for a while. I figure I would let me and my co-hosts ask one last question each, and then we'll see if you've got anything you want to cover on your end. Aki, you got one last question to ask?
What is the single most favorite thing in this game for you? It can be a season, it can be a mechanic, whatever. I don't care what it is, but what is your single most favorite thing?
Doing the combos. Like getting the combos. That's super. That's what I
had a feeling that was going to be the answer.
Yes.
Bri, what do you got?
I just wanted to talk more about the villain. Corporate greed as an enemy is a fabulous idea. Is there any story behind that? Were you going for something thoughtful there, or was that just part of the mechanics, part of the story there?
The way we deal with I personally, the way I deal with the game's story is to not think of story or lore until the game is fun, right? So what we do is what we found, what we made was we have to do a farming game. We ended up with this mechanic where it's like a regular farming game with like Harvest Moon, but it has combos. Once I got that and I got the controls for that, and I said, okay, this is fun or fun enough for me. We said, okay, what generally happens on farming games is that on the first day, you get this letter from your grandfather or whatever and says, oh, I have this heritage for you, this farm that's a piece of shit, but if you want to work on it, blah, blah, blah. Most farming games have a different, a similar mechanic. Most are the same. Even Clash of Clans, you have to clean up your right, because that's something for you to do, right?
Right.
So you don't start up clean. And so, as I said, I like stupid stuff and I like to do things differently. So I said, okay, what can we do different? Because I don't want to do the fucking grandfather thing. So I think, okay, let's make this. Let's have this guy. I thought, okay, what's the villain of a farming game? Okay, weather. That's not true. But because weather can be rain and whatever. But a very bad storm fucks up crops. So I said, okay, a storm guy. So I just drew. On a paper, I drew this cloud with ice, and I just made a mean eyebrow to him and said, I'm going to call him Corpo just because it sounds like corporation.
Yeah.
So that's why. And then I said, he can be like a corporation and whatever, and he takes everything from you, including your mom. That was an idea that came out later, and then he sells. The reality was that I wanted to make something cute for the store as well, because generally on the Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon or whatever, you go to stores to buy stuff, right? So
Yeah.
the reality is that I didn't want you to make you walk, because I hate walking on these games. So what I wanted to do was basically that you need to play the game where you are at. And this became a solution to a problem. That is, if I don't want to walk, the shop should come to me. So I said, oh, okay, maybe the shop is a nightmare, and the nightmare is the guy who took the stuff from you.
Yeah, I kind of got it like you have to buy your own stuff back from the company store kind of thing. Like I got that vibe from it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just that, and it's as easy as going to sleep, because in all these games you sell things when you go to sleep, right? So you go to sleep on Stardew Valley, and that's when you get your money. So I say, okay, let's do that. It's the same thing, but it has another feel to it, because it's this character that's selling the stuff back to you. So that's also the reason why the house is transparent. The reason is because I didn't want to make another scene for the guy to go to sleep. So we made the house transparent, and
it works. Yeah,
and
no,
it works.
And this is a comment, not a question. I don't know if you're a fan of Adventure Time, but like I basically felt like this game was kind of like Adventure Time if it was a farming sim. It's just got that kind of vibe to it. So like that was very fun to me.
Yes, I honestly, I have never seen Adventure Time, not even once. But I do. But the reason for that is because it came out when I was like much more bigger.
Yeah,
I'm 42 years old now, so I wasn't watching a lot of animation. I watched the Pixar movies and whatever, but I didn't watch TV anymore. But whenever I saw something from Adventure Time, I said, "This is so amazing! Like it's perfect." So yeah, I'm for sure there's similarities somewhere there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, last question I have is, where can people keep up to date with you and what you're doing?
I'm for sure the Steam. We haven't posted for a long while, but we will update for sure on the Steam. What's the name? The dev log. So that would be the best way. Mm-hmm. If not, you can sign up on LemonChiliGames.com. We have a mailing list there. You can add yourself there, and we shoot up emails with updates. Of course, not as often, but once every 1 or 2 months. So that would be the best place.
Very good. Nando, it has been a pleasure having you on the show talking about the game. Again, it is Super Farming Boy, just launched on Xbox. How much is it again?
On Xbox is $10, $9.99.
Perfect.
That is insane for the amount of content in this game. It is incredibly affordable, and I think people would be fools to not pick it up for $10. But yes, it has been a pleasure having you on the show. Everybody stick around. We're going to take a little musical break. We will be back with Jacob.
Do we have to?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we get to do. Nando, do you have any final words before we end the show? Interview, whatever. I don't know. Words. I can't talk.
Yes. I wanted to answer for... I wanted to answer Aki, because I knew that he didn't like the game. And I still... And I what I wanted to tell him exactly is that I think that that it's fine, or him or whatever person that plays a bunch again. I think it's in their complete right to review a game negatively, even if they played a lot of time. I was making a joke prior, in terms of why the fact that would you play so much and still, leave a negative comment. There's a lot of reasons why that could happen. And I think that's completely fair. And it's the right of the user and the end user and the client. And the developer should just suck it in. The point that I was trying to make is that I've been working on Super Farming Boy for the last 8 years. So basically, an indie dev. What I think is that people, when they leave reviews, they do not understand the harm that they might be doing. I mean, if they knew the harm they were doing in certain cases, I think they wouldn't leave certain comments. That's what I think. But they don't know. So most of the players are just like, one, okay, this is my opinion and that's fine. But one thing is doing a review for a big budget game that had marketing and everything everywhere. And another thing is like giving a review for a small team that's struggling to get a notice. And those first minutes of the game, of a game being launched on Steam's algorithm and whatever, are crucial. And when you get these bad reviews from people that actually enjoy the experience, but that they think that others might not enjoy it, and so they leave a bad review, even if they liked it, which is super weird.
Yeah, that is a little weird.
That's a completely different case to yours, Aki. In terms of you, it's fine. You really didn't. The game just doesn't click with you, and that's fine. That's an acceptable bad review.
Yeah, she only likes her porn games. So.
Hey, just because those are really good, okay, cool.
Yeah, she.
But that's the point I wanted to make, right? But it's completely fine. It's just it's a little bit sad from the perspective of working so much and seeing someone enjoy something and even like not understanding that they could help a little bit more, being a little bit more positive. Positive and understanding, right? Being a little bit more understanding. But again, that's part of the game. So, well, the one should just suck it in, and that's it. One as a developer, I mean.
Yeah, fair.
Well, Nando, again, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us. Go check out the game. It is in stores on the Xbox now. We will be right back with more show, so stick around. Does anyone have a final word?
Nya. There you go.
Yeah, that'll work. Do you want to be Jacob?
Aki, you fucking suck.
There we go. That works.
I'm sorry, my kid was
gaping butthole.
My kid was being a kid, and I'm stoned, and Aki can fucking die in a fire. How am I doing?
This all sounds about right.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Is that not bad?
Good.
Okay.
There's only one thing you're missing, talking about your butthole.
Oh, my gaping butthole.
Yeah.
Gaping buttholes. And with that, we are back. Big thanks to Nando for coming on, hanging out with us. Aki and Bri are still here. Jacob is being played by Grant Henry right now.
Hey, Jacob here. Aki, you suck.
How are you, Jacob? You weren't here for
fine.
the interview. How are you now?
I'm good. I'm fine. I'm better than I was before the interview, or maybe I might be worse.
Oh shit, he's here now.
Yay! He could be me. He could be me.
Playing the role of Grant Henry, Jacob is here.
I love pinball and music.
My gaping butthole.
Shit, that was a
You
pretty
said
good
that was
impression of me.
And scene. That was great, man. That's nice. We should do this on the road.
We
I
should.
mean, you left out. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not gonna lie. That's right. That's an ism. That's right. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So
Really?
yeah, I'm not
I gave
gonna
her
lie.
the toll.
Not going to lie. My butthole is gaping.
Yeah.
Jacob,
Yes.
why are you late?
Because I was.
Son of a bitch. Do you know what you missed?
Or,
An interview.
well, I
he knew
know
that.
that.
Are you sure he knew that? I don't trust him to know that.
Oh, you're trying to make it up for me by subbing.
Yay!
That's adorable. Thanks, Jacob, for your sub.
I'm on a 4-month streak.
Ooh, that's
Ooh la la.
special. Yeah, change the topic on the screen. I've been trying to put the topic on the screen so people. Oh, Grant, you just subscribed too. Thank
I'm
you,
just trying
buddy.
to be like Jacob. I am Jacob. I just subscribed. Stemage or something. No, I just realized I had a free Prime sub. You can have that. I'm not using it. I don't watch Twitch.
Thank you for your $2.
No problem.
Who watches this shit? Not us.
Grant popped in with the sole purpose of saying how good Forza Horizon 6 looked. So why don't we start off talking about the Xbox Dev Direct that happened today?
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do that.
Grant, what do you think of Forza Horizon 6?
It's real pretty. It's real pretty. I mean, it's more than just pretty. I think it's like it's sound. They didn't just show a trailer. They did like a dev deep dive, so you get to see kind of you get to see hear the art team talk and hear the audio team talk, and it just looks good across the board. I think the thing I like the most about this game is it's going to have more of a progression. You're starting as I think they gate it based on the color wristband you have, which kind of goes with the whole festival thing.
Yeah, it was like the first game too.
Yeah, that's an old school thing they used to do, which I like. And I like progression in car games instead of just like fire hose of cars. Like I remember booting up, I think it'd been like a year or so since I booted up Horizon, and I literally had like 120 spins. And I thought about videotaping myself doing it, but it took like 10 minutes, and they gave me every emote, and I got like 50 cars, and I was just like, when they just give you everything all the time, it takes all the challenge out entirely. I don't know. I fall off a bit quicker. So I don't know. We'll see what they do with it, but
the worst is when you get 1,000 credits on a super wheel spin. That's like such a slap in the face.
Sure. Yep. They're still
Bastards.
fun though. I do like spinning the
I'd
wheel.
like to slap you in the face.
Yep.
You wish.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be fun, I think.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there were times during that presentation where I think I even said to Bri, I don't know what's real and what's video game.
Yeah. There's a lot of pretty stuff.
I didn't even realize they showed actual gameplay. I thought it was all just pre-rendered.
No, there was a lot of fucking gameplay in that.
Yeah. So did you watch it, Aki?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit before this started, actually.
We had a running count going. There were at least 12 uniques.
There were.
Wow.
There were so many during the conference.
I was skipping through it, so I'd thank God I didn't. Fuck you. Yeah. I didn't hear it, or else I would have had a fucking aneurysm.
Oh, there were so many. There were so many. You would have been thrilled. You were thrilled about the next game they showed off.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Beast of Reincarnation, I think is what it was called, right?
Yep.
Is that the exact name? Okay. It looks really good. You get to play as this really cute chick, and you are somehow. Of course, I'm gonna focus on that first thing.
Yes. Not
that
the
was
pupper,
the first thing you showed.
Not the pupper, not the giant pony.
No, that was going to come next, but then you interrupted me. I was going to explain some stuff, and then I was going to go into, and you have a big fuck-off-sized dog. So thank you for ruining that. So you play as a hot chick, and for some reason, this is a post-apocalyptic world. Everything has been covered by this evil alien plant life thing that has fused with animals and stuff, and it's also fused with people and killed lots of people, but for some reason, you're able to seal it in your body. And somehow you got connected to a giant doggo, and it's so cute and fluffy. And the two of you are going to go out and try and take down this big bad creature that's bringing the stuff towards where you live, basically. And to do that, you're selling up a bunch of other big creatures that are heavily infected with this weird plant thing. And you do it by fighting with the dog. It is really cool. And then there's another hot chick who also can do this, and she has a horse. And the horse looks kind of weird. I don't know if I like the horse. Its face is weird. It's not a horse's face. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, like the
creepy.
pony.
Yeah, it's a little creepy. Other than its face, it's really cool looking. But the face, it's so creepy looking. I'm like, I don't know if I want that.
Overall, what are your thoughts on this? The craziest thing is
so cool.
These are the devs of Pokemon.
Yeah. When that started, I almost stopped paying attention because I was like, I don't know what this game is going to be, but I don't care. And then I started seeing what they were, the thing. I was like, the fuck? I'm pretty excited for it. It looks really good. They're focusing on giving people lots of different ways to play it. So if you want to do mostly ranged combat, you can get power-ups and stuff for that, because there's lots of little things that you can find around the environment that are basically like gear pieces that you slot in, and they're like, oh yeah, it gives you better, range attack or whatever, some shit like that. So you can make it to where you can do stealthy stuff, which is probably how I'll do it, range stuff, melee combat, which your character has a katana and she's kicking
Bri,
shit
how
out
many
things,
times did I say during the video, Aki's gonna want that?
A lot.
Do you know how many of the times you said that you were correct?
Every.
I mean, in my notes it says RPG in post-apocalyptic Japan Aki game. That's literally my notes.
Yeah, I
Jacob,
could probably talk about this game longer than the actual thing was.
I know you can. That's why I'm cutting you off. Grant, did you see this? The Beast of Reincarnation.
It looks so expensive. We learned recently that these Pokemon games they've been making for the last several years are just not the development costs are not very high, which means it makes sense why they don't look great and don't run great. They're spending a surprisingly little amount of money on these Pokemon games. And
pocketing all that Nintendo cash.
And pocketing all that sweet Nintendo cash to, I guess, make this game. So
that's not on Nintendo at all.
No, definitely premiering on Xbox's developer direct. So it looks really cool, and I love I don't know. I want to ride some Roots. They should have called it Root Rider. Cool. Root Rider though. Root Rider 9000. Root Rider 9K.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a toy you can buy that we can't talk about until the end of the show.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Jacob, what is the Root Rider 9000?
Ass escaping butthole.
If you ever wanted to fuck Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy, or the Floronic Man, if you like deep cuts for DC Comics, then that's your toy of choice.
Next up after that was the surprise game of the show. There were talks that there would be a fourth title, and it was a brand new title from Double Fine. Who was interested in this one?
I don't know. I want to know more about the game, because I still am not fully sure what all is going on in it.
Well, Bri, what notes do you have on this one?
So they apparently do this Amnesia Fortnite thing where anyone in the company can pitch a game, and they have Amnesia Fortnite where they stop working for a fortnight on whatever they're working on, and they take one of these ideas and they see if they can flesh it out and turn it into a game. And this is one of those games, and it's an online pottery party brawler.
Just saying,
you have to make things. Yeah, I know. You have to make things and then use them to destroy each other.
It's like a 4v4 MOBA where you got to carry water and put out your opponent's fire.
Wild. It's almost like backwards capture the flag or something.
It is very, very weird.
I think it's neat because I know like one of the producers over there is in one of the groups of bands I played with a couple weeks ago at MagFest. He was talking about this exact thing, this Amnesia Fortnite, and not only do they forget everything they're doing and just do game jams for 2 weeks, but you're allowed to play the role of anyone you want. Like if you're like a programmer and you want to draw, you can do that, or if you're an artist and you want to program, you can. So because he's a producer, but he would go and try to do music for 2 weeks or whatever. So I guess I don't know. Anyway, I just think that's really cool, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of up. I'm like into a Double Fine game, and then I'm not into a Double Fine game. But one of the things I can say is they always do something creative. They seem to value creativity more than pretty much any of the other large indies out there. You know, like this is weird, and I need to see it. I want to see like around from beginning to end because it was just so hard to understand what I was looking at. I think in the footage, but it looks cool. You know, something different. So
it's pottery maker that turns into a brawler, and man, is that going to be a weird one. It comes out later on this spring. It will be on Xbox, PC, and PlayStation.
Yep.
Coolness.
And then speaking of PlayStation, they just announced a brand new game coming to PlayStation this fall. It's called Fable. That is right.
Yep,
the fourth game of the show was a deep dive into Fable from Playground Games, with the news that it will launch this fall on Xbox, PC, and PS5. That's right. Day one launch on PlayStation.
Yeah, this was my most anticipated, I think, for the showcase. I'm a big Fable fan.
I was going to ask. I don't know a lot of like Fable fans personally. I know there's like big fans out there, but so you're a Fabler.
Yeah. I've spent a lot of hours in some Fable, and I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. I even played the weird MOBA that they made and totally flopped and didn't make it out as a beta tester. And
you played that in beta.
Yeah.
So as someone that was a big fan, because I didn't really follow the Fable stuff, the progression from 2 to 3 and then the other stuff. And so I didn't really know what was new, what wasn't, in the presentation, but I'm just curious, like, it's been 14 years since the last Fable thing. So like things have changed, does it look cool to you? Is it going to satisfy your
I think that it's interesting to get a fresh perspective from a different company on this. I hope that they're able to preserve the feel of the game, the world of Albion. I feel like from mechanics standpoint, they have taken some of the best bits from 2 and 3 and tried to expand upon them in a way that Playground Games is good for, in terms of like the NPCs all having active lives and being individual. Just they've put a lot of stuff into that AI. It's a living, breathing world. Yeah, that's pretty exciting.
What's the article I linked to you, Aki, that there's 1,000 people and you can marry all of them if you want to?
Yeah. Apparently, you can marry whoever you want, have babies, and then get divorced to go get other people.
I mean, that was one of my favorite things, I think, in 2, where I married like someone in every town, and at some point I got caught having 2 wives and sacrificed one of them to the Dark Lord.
Oh, you're so naughty.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did that in the first one. And that actually happened to me too. Because I had to, it was the village with snow in it and stuff like that. There's no woman that you can marry in that town. So if you want to have a wife in your house, you have to bring her to it. And so I had to romance a woman in another town where I already had a wife and then escort her to this other thing. And yeah, I got spotted and my wife in that town was not pleased.
Yeah.
That was the first one. I loved that game. And then the second one, I married a woman in the very first town I came to, ended up having a bunch of kids, and I had to work as a blacksmith. Like, I never got to do any questing because I had to just keep working and earning money. and I never freaking finished the game.
Never started the game. God damn it. Life got in the way.
Yeah, I really didn't. I'm still mad about it years later.
It's supposed to be full of British humor and chickens, and I mean that's
it's always been funny,
important.
right? So
yeah, there'll be familiar locations, there'll be new locations, a new take on Bowerstone. I mean, you're going to be able to make the hero how you want through character models and costumes and skills and abilities. Like, I'm pretty excited to see how this comes out. I mean,
I'm curious to see how they adapt it from an action RPG that was fairly route based to something all open world.
Yes, that is.
Like, I don't want to say Fable was linear, but it was kind of like pathway to pathway.
Oh, yeah.
And now this is totally open world. And they said from the beginning of the game, almost from like in the first 3 hours, you can go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
So I am excited to hear more about that.
That's cool. Can you believe that Skyrim came out after the last mainline Fable game? Isn't that crazy? That's how long it's been. So almost there.
Theft Auto. How are we doing on that one?
I only know what GTA is. What is Grand Theft Auto? What is this, you old man?
It's some weird thing where you
Theft Auto?
Shoot prostitutes. I don't know. I heard about it in middle school.
Middle school.
So some more news, because we have about a month of news to catch up on. Something big that happened recently. Ubisoft has undergone a major reset, killed off 6 games, including the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. They delayed 7 others. Somehow Beyond Good and Evil 2 was still alive. And then the company reorganized into 5 creative houses, each set to work on their own set of franchises, with Creative House 1 working on Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Rainbow Six, 2 working on The Division, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, so they're basically the Tom Clancy group. Number 3 working on For Honor, The Crew, Riders Republic, Brawl, Hala, Skull and Bones. 4 related to Mono, Might and Magic, Rayman, Prince of Persia, Beyond Good and Evil, that's allegedly not canceled. And then the casual team that heads up Just Dance, Ketchup, Hungry Shark, Uno, Hasbro, all that stuff.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, you get different groups and you make them specialize in certain types of games. That's fair.
What do you think of them killing off the Sands of Time remake when it was allegedly
they can go fuck themselves,
set to drop in March?
Yeah, I mean, you hear about that happening with movies, they to just take the hit for tax reasons. And I guess you can do the same thing for games. You just don't hear about it as much. I remember there was like that Looney Tunes movie and the like a Supergirl movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers was just
it was mostly WB doing it over and over and over again because of jackasses.
So is that what this is? Is that what this is? Are they doing that?
Maybe.
Honestly, I'm wondering if the game was still going to release like really, really dog shit. And they were just like, oh, well, we'll fix it with patches,
Ubisoft,
blah, 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 blah. Like, and so they were just like, listen, we just got to cut it.
We tried, we failed.
Again and again and again.
It really sucks. I was kind of looking forward to that because I never played any of the original ones all that much. But I've played all the more recent stuff, and I'm like, I really want to do some Prince of Persia stuff because the series always interested me, but I think I played like the first one, that was it. Until like the last handful of years where the last like 2 or 3 of them came out that are nothing like the originals, and I've played those. And I'm like, this just makes me want to play something new that's based on the original stuff because I like that kind of gameplay. But all those games are like PS2 games and shit, and it's like I don't have that shit no more.
Well, I'm looking at a HD textures pack for Sands of Time that if you decide to dive in on your computer, you can experience Sands of Time, and it looks prettier. It's pretty fun.
I wonder if I have these on my PC.
The original Sands of Time is playable on Xbox too, if you find an OG Xbox disc. And then they have 3 360 games with Prince of Persia, Forgotten Sands, and Prince of Persia Classic that are playable. I'm not sure which ones are still buyable, but
interesting. I didn't know that they were on Xbox at all. Okay, cool. I apparently have them on Steam. I don't remember ever buying these.
That's how that works. Get it in a bundle 10 years later, you're not even paying attention. You know?
Yeah, that is actually extremely likely exactly what happened.
I really liked that self-titled one for 360. People don't seem as big on that. I really enjoyed it. You know what I'm talking about? It was like a complete reboot. It was called Prince of Persia, and it was the main character was a little talky and weird.
That is one that is playable.
That's the one that made me buy an HDTV. I still had a CRT, and I literally could not read the UI. I couldn't read the UI at all. And I was like, I have to go right now and buy a television. Like, this is it. It's like end of life for my CRT. So thanks, Prince of Persia.
I think Burnout Paradise is what got me to get an HD TV.
Oh, yeah.
Man, was that worth it. Anyway, we got a month of Game Pass to talk about. All of January was announced, and most of it has released by now. January 5th, we got Bruising Bastards and Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition.
Nice.
January 8th, Final Fantasy 1.
Awesome.
January 11th, Quarantine Zone, The Last Checkpoint for PC.
Interesting. Okay.
January 13th, Star Wars Outlaws.
Nice.
Indeed. January 15th, My Little Pony, A Zephyr Heights Mystery.
Heck yeah.
Waiting for Jacob to chime in on that one.
I already played it, so.
This week, January 20th, we got Resident Evil Village and Mio, Memories in Orbit.
Very nice.
I really want to check out Mio. And then on the 21st, we got Roadcraft, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, and Death Stranding Director's Cut.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. All on Game Pass. Next week on the 27th, Talos Principle 2.
Yeah, that game was awesome.
The 28th gets Anno Mutatonium, or whatever the hell that sim game is from. You know what I mean. And Drop Duchy. I don't know anything about.
I don't either.
So familiar, and I don't know why.
January 29th, Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2.
Nice. I thought that was already on Game Pass, actually.
And I believe the first one might be. I don't know. And then they mentioned My Sims Cozy Bundle. Some outlets are reporting that it's the Xbox version. I'm pretty positive it is only the PC version of the bundle, because the PC version has been out for a while on EA Play. The Xbox versions literally just came out like a month or two ago and have not sold at all. Seriously, check the true achievement numbers for the My Sims Cozy Games. February 2nd, Indica, and February 3rd, Final Fantasy 2.
I love Indica. Nice. The game rules. I should play that again.
Yeah, that is a hell of a month of Game Pass.
Yeah, there was a lot of damn good games on that. Holy shit. So what all are we losing? Everything else?
Oh, we lost
That's a lot bunch. They're adding.
On the 15th, we lost Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, Neon White, Road 96, The Ascent, and The Grinch Christmas Adventures.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of good ones in there for sure.
And then on February 1st, we will lose another batch with Cataclysmo for the PC, Citizen Sleeper 2, Star Wars Vector, Lonely Mountain, Snow Riders, Orcs Must Die, Death Trap, Paw Patrol World, Shady Part of Me, and Starbound.
Damn.
Right. Yeah.
You still got time to get through those, dude. Paw Patrol World. Jacob, how long of a completion is Paw Patrol World?
I'd say like 4 to 6 hours.
All right, I'll play it this weekend.
There you go.
I spent 9 hours on it, so yeah.
Okay, I'll play it on Saturday.
So I guess Jacob's just that much better at Paw Patrol than you.
Shady Part of Me is a short one. I think that one's like a 3 to 4 hour game. That was pretty good.
I think I have that one.
I
No,
do too.
we talked Xbox. Let's talk PlayStation. Their monthly games are pretty solid this month for January 6th. They got Core Keeper, Epic Mickey Rebrushed, and Need for Speed Unbound.
Epic Mickey for the win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then their game catalog got a handful of good games as well, with Resident Evil Village, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Expeditions Mud Runner, A Quiet Place, The Road Ahead, Darkest Dungeon 2, The Exit 8, Art of Rally, A Little to the Left, and Premium got Ridge Racer 1 for the PS1.
Racer.
I was just going to say, Jacob, say the line, and you were already ready. Proud of you.
Instinctive.
Might as well talk Nintendo as well, because Nintendo Switch Online GameCube got Fire Emblem Path of Radiance.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice.
Very awesome game there. Some other news bits. This is exciting.
Holy smokes.
Grant, you know the news.
I do know the news.
What did they announce today?
Bethesda. Bear, bear, bear. Looking for a sound on the soundboard. Bethesda.
Oh, I have a great one for it.
There we go. There's white water.
How about
Oh, I'm so full of milk.
That's a good pinball stinger. Check that shit out. Yeah, Bethesda Pack, which is a one that was on Pinball FX 3, I believe, is coming to the new Pinball FX platform, which includes 3 tables. It includes Fallout, Doom with the Mick Gordon music, and Skyrim.
Yep.
And they're great tables. All
Very
3 of them are quite
excited.
good. Yeah, it's very cool.
I'm
Skyrim one's
excited to play
especially
those.
cool. Did you play the Skyrim one, Bri?
I have not played any of the Bethesda pinball. I've played Skyrim, so I'm excited about that as a crossover.
They're cool.
I'm a Fallout and Elder Scrolls fan, so yeah.
Yes, it has game progression. Like you carry your runs carry over from game to game, and you can kind of build out your character. And it's the first time they did that, and it actually works really well. So yeah.
And speaking of crossover, there's cross buy, because not only are the 3 tables hitting Pinball FX, they are also hitting Pinball M.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you get some naughtier versions with some blood splatter, and maybe they'll say the fuck word.
Maybe they will. They also, I don't know if this has been going on for a while, but they have it now. So if you buy the table on one platform, not including Steam, if you buy on one platform, you get the table on all the platforms. Which has that been going for a while?
I have not heard that at all.
So if you buy it on Switch, you get it on Xbox and PS5. This is the thing they've been fighting to try to do for so long.
Really? When did they announce that?
I don't remember, but they said that was a thing you can do. Steam excluded. They can't do it on Steam for reasons, but they said it in their little direct.
I think what they were referring to was the cross-buy between Pinball FX and Pinball M. I don't think there's any way to do the DLC cross-purchase across actual console platforms, unless it was done internally.
Right,
with
the money would
Pinball
change
FX,
hands,
which is what they wanted to do with the Pinball Pass, but people didn't.
I'm glad I didn't report that. Let's just walk that back. Yeah. And
that news will just say
adieu.
We all know the news that Forza Horizon 6 is going to be hitting PlayStation later this year. And a big reason of that is because Forza Horizon 5 has crossed the 5 million mark on PS5, bringing in over $300 million in revenue. Now we know why Xbox is releasing stuff on PlayStation.
Yeah. So they don't care about exclusivity. They care about making all their money. And
they do.
They're making their money. That's for damn sure.
They absolutely are. Forza 6 will launch May 19th. Early access will be May 15th. And the PS5 is an undetermined date later this year. My guess is May 23rd.
Okay.
It's 4 days. That's the joke.
Yeah.
Towerborn is hitting full release with achievements on February 26th. It will be published on PS5 the same day by Xbox. Avowed is also going to launch on PS5 February 17th, with the New Game Plus update hitting both platforms that day as well.
Very nice. That's cool. I like that. I didn't realize that it didn't already have New Game Plus, actually.
Yeah, it got delayed.
I thought it did.
It got delayed to the PS5 release date.
Wow.
It's insane how many games PlayStation is getting from Xbox, and like we got Helldivers. Yeah, we got to get used to it. Meta shut down 3 of their studios. They shut down Armature Studios, which worked on Resident Evil VR, Batman Origins, Blackgate, Recore, and Duck Game. They shut down Sanzaru, which did Asgard's Wrath, Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, Tron Runner, and Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. And this one hurts the most. Twisted Pixel is gone. They were the ones behind.
Fuck the Meta for that. Fuck them.
Yeah, Explosion Man, Comic Jumper, Ms. Explosion Man, The Gunstringer, Loco Cycle, and probably the one that killed him, Deadpool VR.
Oh, bummer. That's what.
The only one of those games I knew was The Maw.
Yeah, my kids love playing The Maw. Silas still plays it.
It was a fun game. I liked it.
I think all of them except Gunstringer are playable. Maybe not Explosion
Loco Cycle?
Loco Psycho is because they made both Xbox One and 360 versions.
Right, Gunstringer was Kinect, so that doesn't work.
Yeah.
The Maw, I think, was a 360 game because I got that from like a McDonald's thing or some bullshit.
Yeah, the Maw's still around.
Playable.
So all of their 360 games that weren't Kinect based are playable.
Yeah.
Nice. The Maw was great. I really liked that game. That's a shame.
Actually, I might be wrong. Let me check on Comic Jumper. I think it is, but
anyway, a little bit more news I have. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD got a Switch 2 update with enhanced visuals and resolution. The game also got an overall update that adds Dixie Kong.
Don't know who that is.
Diddy's friend. The girl.
Dixie.
Donkey. Yeah.
The one with the bow in her hair.
Spun around. Whatever.
Sure.
Larry Nelson, Major Nelson has Larry Herb, not. Yeah. God damn it. Major Nelson has been laid off by Unity.
Yeah, saw that.
So that sucks for Larry. Last bit of news I have. This is exciting. Jacob, you'll probably be excited about this. Yakuza Kiwami 3 is going to include 12 Game Gear games to collect.
Saw that. That's pretty great.
Columns, Fantasy Zone Gear, Galaga 91, the GG Shinobi, G-Lock, Mappy, Pac-Man, Puyo Puyo, Sonic Chaos, Sonic Drift, Streets of Rage, and Woody Pop. So there's some Namco goodness in there too.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my month of news. Aki, what do you have?
All right, I actually have some this time. It's a fucking miracle.
Well, it's been a month. I hope you have something.
I mean, it's me. You're really, really lucky, actually.
True.
So that new Batman game, the Legacy of the Dark Knight, it really wants people to have 32 gigs on Steam to play the game. So good luck with that, everybody. And we have both
which one was this?
The Legacy of the Dark Knight, or I think is what it's called, or something like that. The brand new one that's coming out, or
is that the one that out? Like the
it's the Lego one that's like
AI.
I don't know if it's made by AI, but
no, someone had like recommended specs of cards that didn't exist.
Oh,
like configurations that just did not exist, were never manufactured, and they were recommended specs. I think that might be the one.
That would be so stupid, because I actually went on to Steam and looked it up, and now I'm trying to find the damn game again because there's so many Batman games on here. Shit, I can't find it.
Oh no, that was 007 Last Light that had that.
Ah, okay.
That's right. Last Light had the fake.
He's nuts.
Yeah, them too.
Okay, yeah. So it wants 32 gigs of RAM, and everything else is pretty standard, but it wants 32 gigs of RAM, which is a lot. And good luck getting a hold of RAM for any reasonable price right now. But there's also some good and some bad news involved in that. Obviously, OpenAI has bought up all the RAM. However, it looks like they're going to possibly fail all the, people who look at that stuff have determined, because they are just never going to make enough money based on what they need to spend. So yay! The company might fail and we might get a whole bunch of that stuff put back on the market cheaper.
It'd be nice, but I have zero expectations that prices are ever going to drop.
That's possible.
Yeah.
That was all my news.
All right. Bri, what do you have?
So I really wanted to just come in and start off the news section with, we've been gone for a month. Some games were delayed. Companies laid people off. New games were released. People died. And there were showcases of games, which pretty much covers all of it. And all of those things happened. So
I was
Jacob,
what do you have?
No, I got more. All right. So I was going to talk about the meta closures. We already talked about that. The Sega co-founder David Rosen died on December 25th at the age of 95. He was described as the founding father of the Japanese arcade scene. So that
sucks.
Yeah. Let's see. Coffee Talk Tokyo has been delayed a couple months. Was supposed to be out soon, but they're making sure it's right before they send it out. So delay on that.
I appreciate the fact that you had a coffee reference that makes people pee right as Aki went to go pee.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
all right.
The pee break time?
Yeah. Except for you, because you're up next.
Oh, but I need to pee. Oh.
Go, hurry the fuck up then.
Okay.
All right. I got a little bit of news. Tides of Tomorrow, published by THQ Nordic, has been delayed from February to April.
More delays are fun.
Yeah, another delay. 007 First Light has been delayed from March to the end of May.
Because of their fake specs, obviously.
Yeah, I have no idea what the delay was about. I heard the news from someone who had a pre-order, and they had to go deal with their pre-order because they were canceling pre-orders because
and all the
of the
GameStops
delay.
they shut down.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was going to say that's another thing. My local GameStop shut down too.
So did
mine. GameStop is closing a lot of stores. Looks like over 100. So that's also some news. GameStop is doing more closures.
One of ours that got shut down was the #1 store in the region.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Shut down.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Deck 9 Games had a little personal showcase there the other day, and they are making a so-called finale to the Max and Chloe saga of Life is Strange called Life is Strange Reunion, and it's actually coming out March 26th.
Oh.
So I'm really excited for that. I still need to finish the last game, Double Exposure. I just got that recently, so I need to get that in the rotation and play that. So I'm caught up to date with Max's story. Some Sony news, PlayStation news. They removed something like 1,000 games from the store. They were all the easy trophy games from Thigh Games, known for the jumping series of games, like the Jumping Taco, the Jumping Pizza, the Jumping Burger, that were all reskins that allowed you to spam a button to earn trophies. If you thought triple stacks were bad on Xbox, these were like multiple versions across regions and for both PS4 and 5, making the number of games add up fast.
Were these the ones that are like level 1 is its own game?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So all of those are gone now. Yep, they got rid of all of them. There's over 1,000 of them, and they're all gone.
So many.
Yep. I totally don't know if there's a specific date, but I heard Enshrouded is coming to Xbox this fall.
Ooh.
So that might be something people are interested in. And my last thing is, I don't want to call it movie watch. I guess it's TV watch.
Did I
Go
do
for
the
it.
clip?
Yeah.
Been so long. It's movie watch. There.
I mean, these things were made. We have to use them, right? They're awesome. Yeah.
Unique.
So Prime Video has a God of War series in the works, and they have chosen Ryan Hurst from Sons of Anarchy to play Kratos.
Oh yeah,
Very interesting.
Yeah, and I think he'll look the part. Be interesting to see him with the makeup and no hair. But yeah.
I've only ever seen his, like, I know he did stuff with shorter hair, but I've only really seen him in Sons of Anarchy. And there was another show that he did that he was like some crew in the woods, and he was part of that.
Will Smith?
Watch. No, Ryan Hurst.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Opie from Sons of Anarchy.
I'm looking up his IMDb here. Let's see. He's done some voice work apparently on Rango.
Oh.
He was in We Were Soldiers. Remember the Titans? Something called The Lady Killers, where he played someone named Lump.
Oh, I saw Lady Killer. That's the only movie I've seen that's in this list of movies here, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I know him, but I wonder how his boy is, because that's important.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Boy.
All the roles I've seen him in have long hair and a giant beard, so I know he's got the beard down.
So he did a voice for God of War Ragnarok,
Boy.
actually. That's interesting.
Boy?
Boy.
How's that?
He did Thor, was it? Hold on, I just clicked on it and now it's gone. Yeah, he did Thor in God of War Ragnarok. So he's already got a connection to that world. That's cool.
He was also in Saved by the Bell, The New Class, and Beverly Hills 90210 from 93 and 94. So
there you go. Yeah.
It's fun. It's great. Ties right
He's
in.
been around a while. Yeah, he's got a good amount of random stuff to his credits. So yeah.
Boy, has he.
But yeah, that's all the news I have.
Very good. Grant, do you have any news to talk about?
I'll keep the movie watch going. But apparently the new Silent Hill movie really sucks. Currently running about 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh no!
All right, first off, I have no doubt in my mind that the movie actually does suck, but I don't trust movie critics with Silent
It's movie
Hill.
watch. There.
It took me a while to find it, and I kept saying, hold on, for a reason.
Very timely. Very timely.
Because I remember reading Roger Ebert's review of the first Silent Hill movie, and he was just like, I didn't get it. I did blah, 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 blah. But then I walked, like, as I was taking the escalator down, I was talking to two young moviegoers. They said it was a video based on a video game. So that's why I didn't understand it. And I'm like, man, fuck you and your anti-video game shit. Like,
he always sucked. Yeah.
I mean, he's also old. He wasn't going to be playing games.
I'm not going to say that Roger Ebert sucked. Like, he definitely knew his shit about film, but like he was just so anti-video game as art. Like he just couldn't comprehend any of it. And it's just
also what movie is apparently bad, by the way? I missed that because I was looking for the
What's up?
What was the movie we were just talking about that was bad?
Return to Silent Hill, which I found out from a random coworker today that the movie was even coming out. I didn't know that they had released a trailer to the movie 2 months ago. I didn't know that they had announced a release date. Nothing. And I'm just like, holy God.
Their marketing team needs to be fired,
They had no marketing for this movie whatsoever.
Yeah, I think I had learned about that movie like a week ago when someone told me, we almost went and saw that. And I was like, I didn't even know there was a new Silent Hill movie. They're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same director too. Which is fascinating. As the first movie, which was 20 years ago. But I don't know. I remember seeing the trailer, but I think I was doing a lot of Silent Hill F research, and then it kind of stumbled into the trailer. But I mean, you can, we'll be the judge. Feel free to I would love to hear your review.
Honestly, I'm
probably
excited
not
to
going to
see
see
it.
it.
I asked Joe for permission to skip tonight.
I'm
to
like,
go see
no,
it.
we've been
And
off
he's
a
like,
month.
no, you need to do your reviews. You have games to talk about. Meh, 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 meh.
No movie watch for you.
I will probably
Making
watch
me
this,
proud.
and I will probably like it. But then again, I also liked the second Silent Hill movie that everyone absolutely hates.
I didn't see that one.
I judge you on that.
It was trash. I loved it.
It was crap.
It was
think
It
she
was
admitted
crap
that.
from start to finish, and like even the 3D sucked. Like because I paid money for the 3D
wasn't 3D?
experience. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Jacob, she's
I
not
didn't know that.
debating
No.
any of this. She's agreeing completely.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't
it
have
was
to convince
fucking
her.
horrific.
She knows it's bad. We all know it
Silent
was.
Hill Revelation?
Was that the one?
I
with
absolutely
Harry?
Silent Hill, yeah,
Was it
Silent Hill
Harrington?
3D Revelation.
Okay, I didn't even know that was a movie. The first one's pretty great. I will.
I
will
love the
apologize
first
for the
one.
first one.
It's,
the first
it's
one's
probably
superb.
my favorite video game movie.
It has teeth. It's very tragic. Like it's actually a really cool story, and I thought they did a good job. So
And the practical effects that they did, and like they're really good.
yeah,
I
it's the
like
same director.
The
I don't know what
Silent
happened.
Hill, because it wasn't jump scares. It like legitimately creeped me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of my favorite parts of the second film wasn't a jump scare, but it's a part that I'm sure I'm going to get shit on for. It's the fight with Pyramid Head and the, I guess, Pyramid Sisters or what they're supposed to be. I have no fucking idea.
The final fight at the end.
Yeah, I love
Fuck
that
you,
thing.
Aki. I fucking hate you.
I knew it.
God.
Everyone hates that scene so much.
That fight was so fucking dumb.
Yes, it
God,
was.
I was mad the whole entire time I'm watching it. It's just like, this was such trash compared to the first movie. And, God. Like, legitimately, the only thing that I liked about that movie was the, like, the mannequin spider. Like that thing. Oh, God, that thing was creepy. But, that was
I do
actually
appreciate how much
3D.
joy Aki is taking in your hatred for this movie.
Yeah,
It's because everyone fucking hates that movie because it is absolute dog shit.
There's
And that
really
is
nothing
like that
redeemable
fight that
about
I
it.
love is one of the most hated parts of that film ever. And I love it.
so
and
fucking dumb.
everyone hates
Like,
me for it.
There's no reason for it to exist in the story. It exists there
Right.
simply to wrap shit up, and well, we need a cool, like, we need this to look cool, and also we need to make sure that the people who paid to see this in 3D don't bitch about like, oh, it sucks to see that in 3D, blah 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 blah. Like, and it still sucked. It was so fucking dumb. The fight.
GoldenEye, there was boobies in it. Oh, the Hitman movie from the early 2000s.
I like that one. I didn't really like Hitman Agent 47, the reboot thing.
I've
I
seen
like
one
the
of them,
first
but I
one.
don't know which one.
Did it have Timothy Oliphant in it?
I don't know who that is. I don't know names.
The guy from Justified.
Let me look up
The
his
Oliphant
name.
guy- The guy who could play Billy Bob Thornton in a documentary.
Ooh, that's fair.
I already
Am I
forgot his last
wrong?
name. Timothy what?
Oliphant.
All right.
One of the funniest
anyway,
guests to appear on Conan.
Timothy's they got a little thing going.
Oh, he's always fucking funny on there.
Yeah, he's very funny. Can I keep going with news?
Sure, go
yeah,
for it.
go for it.
Sweet. There's this new controller they showed off at CES. Not a lot of new consoles at CES. I think everybody's in holding pattern because of all the RAM prices. But GameSir has this new controller that has like a giant steering wheel in the middle of it. Like use your thumbs on. It's called the Swift Drive. But it's got a force feedback wheel in the middle of the controller. And people are playing like racing games with it. It looks crazy. I think it's based on this old controller that was made for, I think, the PS1.
Someone was talking about this the other day. Was it the
It looks
Safe Point
neat.
Society crew?
I don't know. Unsure. It's
I
made the
feel like
rounds. 'Cause,
someone
yeah.
from here was there for it, but
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
looks
Could've
neat.
been
Look it
someone
up.
else.
It's called the GameSir Swift Drive. I don't know if I'll buy one, but I might. I don't know. Also, this is just like random. This is not as much news. It's more news for me. But I was trying to figure out a good way to play Arkham Asylum again. But I want to sit on my couch. I don't want to play on PC. And all of the console versions are 30 frames. They're not 60. Unless you buy the disc version of the Xbox version and don't update it, because they updated the game Like they made like the definitive editions of those games or whatever on disc. If you put it in, if you turn the internet off on your Xbox Series X, put that game in, it runs at an unlocked frame rate, so it's all super smooth and stuff. So I went and bought a copy on eBay for like $7-8 or whatever. So I'm actually going to play Arkham Asylum 60 frames on my couch because it's the only way to do it. Nice. With any of the new systems, and as long as I turn the internet off, so the system doesn't update and ruin the game. I'm going to play Batman soon. And then I also had an itch to play, Darksiders is coming, right? Darksiders 4. I'm sure that was reported on weeks ago or whatever.
Trust me, yes, I've known about that. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm excited. So I had a craving to play the second one, the Darksiders 2, the definitive one you play as Death. Yep. And so I picked that up. I had no idea they had done a version of that for new consoles too that runs all like butter. So I picked that up for like $10 on it's on sale right now. So I'm getting ready to get my OG third person game on. And I just thought I would tell you all because that's news for me. That's all. That's me reporting for this episode of the SML podcast.
I gotta invite you to all the other wrestling discords I made. I have one just for like wrestling theme songs.
I don't want. Why you keep inviting me to the wrestling stuff? You know how little I care about wrestling.
This is one of them.
Yes, you shit. I fucking love that one. That's my
we also
one of my
have
favorites right now. I like that one too.
Yeah. And I just love this song, but who knows that song?
What is that song?
Anyone know?
What is that song? Because that's not a clue. It's not Alter Bridge, right? It's it's not a.
Oh, we have a guess of Batista, which is wrong.
Oh, you're guessing the person,
Batista's
not the band.
theme.
I'm trying to guess the band. Oh man. Okay.
Oh man, is it gonna kill you to think about this?
No, because I've already stopped thinking about it.
Not a very engaging thing for you?
No.
Like I'm switching up all my references here. Kill Switch Engage. Jesus Christ.
Kill Switch Engage! Oh, I knew it. I knew it was the dude with the dreads. No, that's not the guy.
I was going to say Five Finger Death Punch.
Crap. I knew it was Kill Switch. I know that pinch harmonic anywhere.
Retire Gamer, KSE. There you go.
Damn it. Gosh. I knew that.
Man, I said kill, engage, and switch. Oh, got it.
Yep, didn't register
that.
Yeah. It's okay.
That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good. Power of suggestion. Damn it.
I do have Alter Bridge, though, too.
You were talking really fast. I love that album.
Such a good song.
I thought you were talking awfully funny. You were speaking in code. I should have been paying more attention.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I do that. Like, after the show, I'll play, like, themed playlists and shit. So, maybe I'll do Fire tonight, just so I could play this Fire Burns. Any other news?
There's apparently 3 Hitman movies.
What?
Yeah. 2007, 2015, and 2023.
2023?
Wow.
Yeah.
Y'all excited about this Mario movie?
My kids are.
I haven't even seen it.
It's on my birthday. It's on my birthday, so...
Oh,
I didn't know there was a second one.
Happy birthday to you too, Joe.
When's your birthday?
The day the movie comes out, April 3rd.
When's that?
So,
dude, that's crazy. Mine's March 18th.
What?
I know, right? What? I love doing that. No matter what their date is, I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Mine's March 18th.
Amazing. Crazy.
What's that have to do with November 12th?
I'm going to make my family take me to Lloyd Lobster, and then I'm going to make them all go see the Mario movie with me.
Dude, Chuck E. Cheese first. Come on, do it right.
I don't think we have one here.
No.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's our report. Let's review the Mario movie in April. Anyway, I got no more news. I'm done.
Jacob, news.
The only news I have is that we are getting Uwe Boll is making a sequel to House of the Dead, even though he no longer has the rights to it.
Huh.
What?
So it's called 23 Years Later, Return to Zombie Island. it will ignore the events of House of the Dead 2, Dead Aim, which was that straight to Spike TV, or maybe it was Sci-Fi. I don't know. Anyway, it was a made-for-TV movie starring Sticky Fingers after Blade the series got canceled. Movie. I actually saw it. I liked the second one more than the first. But yeah. So we're getting a sequel for everyone that asked for it.
I don't even think Uwe Boll asked for it.
I mean, it gives him more money, so
I know he's still making movies.
Plus, actually, it does make sense for him because he's also making a sequel to Alone in the Dark. That wonderful movie with Christian Slater and Tara Reid.
Is it going to have the same name, or is it going to be like Solitary in the Night?
I don't know.
Camper of the Deceased.
That's all I got.
We get Camper of the Deceased. The House of the Dead.
Mansion of the Moldy.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, I guess that is it for news. Grant, did you want to stick around for any of the reviews? You could see the lineup in the scheduling.
No, I got to run.
Anything
just because I wasn't on schedule anyway, so I got to go and do dinner things. But it was fun to come in and talk about how amazing Horizon looks, which was the main thing.
We will see you next Thursday for the MAG wrap up, correct?
Yeah. You are doing a Cassette Boy, right? Isn't that something that was on the list?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm excited to hear that. I got to go, but I'll listen to it like tomorrow.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
All right. Later. Bye.
Ready for reviews?
Do it.
Knew something was coming because he didn't leave. Oh. First game to talk about tonight is Cassette Boy, developed by Wonderland, Kazakiri, and Forever Entertainment, published by Forever Entertainment, released January 15th on Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5 for $12.99. Is the moon there when nobody looks? Einstein once asked this famous question about quantum mechanics. Jacob, tell us about quantum mechanics.
So pretty much in this game, it makes it. What?
You didn't even hear what he said.
No,
tell me about quantum mechanics, and I was just like, "Oh shit! Is that the name of how you turn the camera in this game?" And I just forgot, and I'm like, "Okay, all right, yeah, I'll explain it."
the joke was to discuss quantum. This game takes the idea and turns it into a mysterious puzzle RPG where the world itself only exists when you see it. At first glance, Cassette Boy looks like a charming pixel-style adventure, but beneath the surface lies something far more complex. Jacob, tell us about quantum mechanics.
No. You're being a butt.
What is Cassette Boy?
So Cassette Boy is this very retro Zelda-esque adventure game, and you play as this kid who wakes up from this dream where, the moon was gone, and your mom just thinks that's very interesting, go outside and play. And you go out on these adventures, and eventually you end up with a random sword, which you come across as you're trying to help your friend find her cat, which keeps running all over this island. As you're going through, so there's that. You also get the bow and arrow. So, if you've played old school Zelda, you kind of get that. Especially with the combat, similar stuff. But what makes this really interesting is that there's this little beam of light guy that talks to you and is telling you that the world isn't exactly as you seem, and so if you don't look at something, it doesn't exist. And so what that means is that with this game's camera system, you can use the right and left bumpers to turn the camera left or right, and it actually makes it so 2D scenes turn into 3D scenes, and in some cases, you can actually make it so enemies just suddenly no longer are there, because you can't perceive them in a 2D environment. And it's a really neat thing that this game plays on, not only with combat, but also with puzzles. And it adds a lot of exploration to this game that I'm really digging. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I gotta admit, I've got some gripes with this game. I was very, very much looking forward to this one based on the trailers and the previews and everything I saw of it. The graphic style, while interesting, gets very hard to read in places.
It can. Yeah, some of the, like, how it does backgrounds. And
between water and bricks and trees and foliage.
Right.
All
and as, like, you're turning the camera, it can make it, disorienting.
Another issue I have is that a lot of it doesn't really explain what's going on. Like, I didn't realize until an hour in that I had like a dive button. Like there's attack, jump, and then there's a dive, so you get extra distance on your jumps. I had no idea at first, and it was just while fooling around trying to figure out how to make one of these fucking jumps that I dove, and I'm like, oh, there was a button I didn't know was used.
That would have been nice to know about.
Yeah. There's
Is
a
there
lot
a chance
of stuff
that you solved that before you solved it incorrectly?
I'm actually concerned because I may have locked myself very early in this game.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's an area where there is a boulder blocking your path, and once you get the ability to rotate the world and jump, you're able to make this jump over and get behind the boulder and continue on. Before that, you're supposed to talk to someone and get a bottle of milk. I didn't talk to them and get the bottle of milk, and I don't know how to get the fuck back. I don't know if I'm missing a rotation somewhere. I don't know if I'm missing a ladder that I got to climb somewhere. Like, I tried going forward. I'm a level 7 character now, so I'm like beating shit up. But I don't know if I got myself stuck or not. And with how little the game explains, like the only for sure thing I know is I could start over. I don't want to. Like, I'm not super far in, but I don't want to start over.
You might have
far enough in that you don't feel like starting over.
Yeah, like I'll just move on to something else at this point.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. Like, I really wanted to dig this one, and I have a lot of good thoughts on it, but the negatives are just kind of like sitting on me, demanding more attention.
You would like it if they sat on you.
Yeah, you would. Jacob, do you have any other thoughts on this?
Not really. I mean, I was enjoying what I played. My only gripes was really just, standard puzzle stuff, which you eventually just have to figure out.
Yeah, it gets very complex and very brain breaky quick. But if you could deal with the brain breakage and the visual confusion, there was a good game here beneath the surface, but there's also some frustration. $13, my verdict. I'm kind of like a hesitant try it. If it goes on a sale, maybe like sub $10, jump on it. Jacob, $13, your verdict?
I'd say buy it. I'm having fun with it.
All right. Next up, Disco Simulator, developed by Games Incubator, published by Ultimate Games, who were also nice enough to hook us up with a few extra giveaway copies. We are running a giveaway in chat right now. So if you are on Twitch hanging out with us, you could type !enter and get a shot at winning a copy of Disco Simulator. If you're listening to us via MP3 or YouTube or something else, fucked up. You did. Right, Jacob? That's what I thought.
What?
Exactly.
What?
Disco Simulator
I was
released.
muted.
Yes, I know you were. Disco Simulator released January 15th on Series X and S for $14.99. Coming to the PS5 January 29th. Disco Simulator is a tycoon game focused on managing your own nightclub. Start from scratch, build walls, arrange furniture, hire staff, plan events, and invite artists to perform on stage. Create the ultimate place for music, dance, and fun. Bri, what is Disco Simulator?
That's going to take a little to explain, but it's a new year, new simulator game. This is the first one I get to play for the year. I'm sure there will be a lot more to come. But yeah, the store write-up calls this a tycoon-style game And we'll explore what that is as I describe the game, I guess. You start off picking your manager. When you first start the game, you only have Martha to choose from. And you unlock others by completing tasks in the story. Each manager comes with different abilities like worker speeds, cheaper events, better alcohol sales, and stuff like that. There are 9 clubs to choose from. Some clubs have conditions for you to open them. Each club also has an objective for you to finish the job, to unlock other clubs and managers. When you go to select the club you're going to start, it has a name, but you can rename it whatever you want. And then you can choose from standard win conditions, you can choose from standard mode, where your goal is to meet the win condition, or a creative mode where you can do whatever you want. The win conditions for different clubs might take a certain amount of money, or get the disco to a specific rank in a certain time. Your first club is pretty simple, though. It's a small club that simply needs you to organize your first event to learn the ropes. So I think, and by event, that's like hire a DJ, pretty much. But the game kind of throws you into the level, and the tutorial is hidden on the pause menu.
Ugh.
I honestly only found it because I paused the game to type notes. The tutorial is not interactive. It's a slideshow of tiles that explain things like the day-night cycle, the wheel of management and control of your club.
That's not a tutorial. It's an instruction book.
Employees, yeah. It's a lot of info about what you should do and know, but not how to do anything. You just have a blank slate of a club, a list of minimum objectives like building a toilet and a dance floor and hiring a bartender and a bouncer, and no idea how to use the interface. So that was frustrating to start off with. So back to that tycoon style of game concept, it is more that than what I was expecting out of a simulator game, which is to say, despite it being clearly labeled in the first sentence of the write-up, the title did not have me thinking tycoon game. I was not mentally prepared for that, and you really have to manage every detail of the game.
Put the toilet in the middle of the dance floor. GoldenEye's got some good idea.
So we have all kinds of things we can do in our menus. Figure all that out with your cursor. Some things you may be familiar with are like adjusting ticket and alcohol prices. You can also monitor things like expected amounts of clients and happiness gains. You'll have to supply your bar with alcohol for a cost each day too. Getting a raise in disco levels also allows you to adjust things further, because it's partly based on your reputation. The amount of decorations and events you have. You can't just up your prices sky high until you've reached a threshold of customer trust and interest. As I mentioned earlier, events are DJs who come in with their own following that will draw in customers and allow for ticket price hikes. They also cost money and require club reputation levels to be higher. You can also pay to market your event with options from flyers to TV commercials and a whole bunch in between. You can upgrade your club with furniture, bars, dance floors, decorations. This is where you get to be creative and have some fun with the limited amount of money you get to start. So you have to pick your battles. And while you can arrange furniture and build walls and change the colors of your neon, etc., this is not a flipper renovator style simulator. I can't stress that enough. I should also point out that this isn't first person. It's a top-down view of your club that you can rotate to decorate. So if you, like me, did not read in the very first fucking sentence tycoon style game, your expectations might be ruined. I just totally missed that point. All right, anyway.
Good job, Bri. Good job.
Yeah. So once you've sort of figured out the basics of building and getting employees in, you could start your disco. There's an 8-hour game period from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. 12-hour game period. I can't math. Where you have people come to your club and dance and drink. There's a speed bar you can adjust to make your patrons go around the night faster. But you'll be getting live updates about things you can do better, as well as mini games. You can play like at the bar mixing drinks or tending to cleaning your bar while the night is hot. These mini games are pretty tame. but they give you something to do during your active cycle. They help give you rep boosts and money you need to get your disco level up and hire DJs and all that good stuff. So let me recap where we're at. You have all the time you need during the daytime to prep your club, build and rearrange things, resupply, hire, and so on. But once you hit the start disco button, it's nighttime. It's best. All the best you can do at that point is hit the pause button for respite for a few minutes. You go through your cycle. And you get a recap at the end of the night on your stats so you can make adjustments from there. This game is about clubs, so we should talk about the cool generic club music as well. There's a music player at the top of your stats bar where you can randomize play, adjust volume, change songs. It was a pretty good mix of tunes, honestly. So I'm going to wrap this up by saying that this needed more of a tutorial for people who aren't as well versed in tycoon games. A tutorial that runs you through a basic night and shows you what to do would be great. There are a lot of details to this game you can influence and manage. It was a bit overwhelming without the tutorial I so desperately wanted. But I made do, and I had a decent time figuring it out.
All right, it's a $15 game. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to give this a try it. I think it was a fun tycoon game for a club setting. It just wasn't quite what I was expecting from the title Disco Simulator. I think if they had called it Club Tycoon, I might have had a better time managing my expectations of what the game was.
That's fair.
Or if I had just, read things better. I don't know. Just that's it.
All right. And if you're on the fence, again, we're giving away copies. So hang out and chat. And at the end of the show, we'll be drawing a winner. And then during the music, we'll be drawing a winner. And then, you could win. So
sweet.
Next up, Arcade Archives 2 Bomb Jack Twin, developed and published by HAMSTER, released January 14th, Series X and S, Switch to PS5 for $9.99. Bomb Jack Twin is an action game released by NMK, originally by Koei Techno Games, back in 1993. The popular Bomb Jack is back, cuter and tougher than ever. Two-player simultaneous play is possible. Dodge enemy attacks and collect all the bombs on the stage. Prioritize grabbing the lit bombs for a chance at a high score. Jacob, what is Bomb Jack Twin?
First off, with this game, if you suffer from epilepsy or anything like that, avoid this game. Like, period. There's a lot of flashing during not only the title screen, but also regular gameplay. So just be forewarned on that. Which sucks because, honestly, this was a really fun arcade kind of platformer to play. It's very much in the vein of the old Mario Brothers arcade game, where you're just running around trying to collect all of these. In this game, you're trying to collect all these bombs. Some of them are lit, some of them are not. If they're lit, then they give you more points. And so on some levels, there's going to be like an actual order that you had, like that you're supposed to be collecting the bombs. And all the while, you're dodging all these enemies that have all these different patterns as they go about. And so you have to time your jumps perfectly so you can dodge your enemies, but also if you hold in your jump, like you can then feasibly jump all the way up to the top of the ceiling. So honestly, like, this thing was a blast. To play for me, because I actually did pretty well. And I was just like, I've picked up this game, and I can't wait till my youngest picks it up and then just scores 5 times what I did on his first try. That's gonna happen, I know. But yeah, this is possibly one of the most relaxing ACA titles out there, even though it's really frantic. I was just chilling and having a good time with it. I really like this one.
Alrighty, it's a $10 game from HAMSTER. What do you think?
Absolutely. There's a lot of replay in this one. I liked it a lot.
Sounds good. Next up, The Last Case of John Morley, developed by Indigo Studios, published by JanduSoft, Released January 13th, Series X and S and Xbox PC for $12.99. After months in a hospital, John Morley receives an unexpected visit from Lady Margaret Fordside. Is this you, Bri? Are you Lady Margaret Fordside? An aristocrat haunted by the murder of her daughter 20 years earlier. I guess you didn't have a daughter 20 years ago. Though the police closed the case, she believes the real killer was never found. What begins as a quiet look into an old case becomes a haunting investigation into forgotten places and long-hidden truths that refuse to stay buried. Bri, what is going on in the last case of John Morley?
There's a fair amount going on. This is a first-person detective story set in the 1940s. The music is set well for that. The story starts out with a title screen that lets you know the basic tale, and then we step into the shoes of John Morley, who is in the woods running from some unknown monstrous thing. It's dark and lit by mysteriously placed lanterns that light our way until we finally get to a cabin that should give us some answers and jump scare. Yeah, there's not too many jump scares in this game. That's really the one big jump scare. We awake again this time in the hospital bed, and we've been here for a while, and we've been having nightmares. As this is a detective story, we've got some investigating to do. There are things for us to find, like letters and personal effects that give us the gist of how the rest of the game will go. Written notes in this game automatically come with a typed version, so it's really easy to read. But you have the artifact made for immersive effect, which was a nice, convenient touch. There was no extra buttons to press. It was just like, here's the artifact. Here's the written text that's easy to read. Enjoy. This is voice acted and quite well. John gives us the noir narrative voiceover you'd expect. The game also comes with subtitles, which I appreciate. I would also just comment on the audio work in general. The music is great at setting the scene, and so are the ambient noises and building creaks and things that make an immersive audioscape that really help me dig right in. We also get conversation points that we can use with NPCs. A little conversation menu will pop up when we're engaged in a conversation with another character. We can ask on different topics, and they'll gray out the choice once you've asked, so you can keep track of where you are. Back to the story, John is released from the hospital now that he's healed from his nasty fall, and his secretary has left him because she's owed money that John can't pay. But good news, there's a client already waiting for us upon our healthy return to the job as a private detective. John's office has some excellent environmental storytelling. In the office are articles and artifacts of his previous cases, and I'm going to say they all sound fascinating. And I'd love to see more out of this character, but sadly, it's the last case that he'll ever have, as the title suggests. Our client is still concerned that there was some foul play at her daughter's death 20 years ago. She's willing to offer a considerable sum of money if we can prove her suspicions correct. She wants this cold case opened, and she had read about Morley's previous successes with impossible mysteries, and the client is convinced that we are the right detective for the job. So the Bloomsbury Manor has been all but abandoned since her daughter Elodie's death, and we need to go there to investigate. And the gameplay is fairly linear, telling a story rather than allowing you to explore like a big open area. You explore within the environments that you travel to, like the hospital room you're in and John's office, and then you get to the manor. And each area is a vignette that is introduced by a little title screen intro into the story. And it sounds like it could be read in that hard-boiled voiceover. And it provides much needed exposition to each stage of this tale. But there are certain events that give you like story ghosts that help tell the story. So you'll pick up a piece of evidence and a character model will appear to represent that evidence and flesh out the story with like a little not quite animated section to help you piece together the story and visualize the characters that are involved in our ever expanding story or mystery that we're trying to solve. There are some minor puzzle elements, like moving busts to an angle to the right direction to unlock a door. You'll need to find keys and codes to open doors. There's a couple riddles to be solved. The game does a good job of creating atmosphere for things between like the audio and the lighting. When you investigate the manor, you have to do so by lantern light, and that's done really well. There were some small cinematic moments when you reach new environments. There are some good settings in the game to adjust frames per second. You can turn VSync on, invert your sticks, change your field of view, stuff like that. Some visual stuff like motion blur, ambient occlusion, bloom that you can fiddle with too. All things I was not expecting out of what I would consider to be a budget title. Turns out I've played some other games by Indigo Studios, specifically Charon's Staircase or Charon's Staircase, which makes a little cameo in John's office building. And this is part of why I love reviewing and showcasing indies. I get to see developers grow and change in their body of work. And the last case of John Morley feels like a step up from their previous works. I was impressed by the graphics for the game, especially considering the price. This isn't a very long game, though. You can finish this easily in under 6 hours. I did run into a small issue with autosave progression. I finished a scene and went into the next scene, and where I thought it would have saved. Left the game, came back the next day, and I had to redo the previous scene. It wasn't a huge deal. It was a small section. The game does have pretty good autosave in the longer sections that you can see. It just didn't, for whatever reason, autosave in between scenes, which was weird. And I was impressed by the audio for something I would consider to be a budget title. So I liked this one overall. It was pretty much my favorite game of the week.
Nice. Well, it is $13. Like you said, it's not a pricey one. What do you think of it?
The story's not as gripping as you might hope, but there are a couple of really good twists if you get to the end, and I enjoyed that. There were a lot of improvements over previous works from this developer. The price is good. I'm going to give this a solid try it. I think it's definitely worth a playthrough, but not stunning enough to scream buy it. But given the price, fuck it, why not? Go give it a try, please.
Cool.
I enjoyed it.
Next up, TATARI, developed by Hidden Tower Studios, published by TheGamesFortress, released January 12th on Steam for $9.99. Take the role of a detective from Tokyo who tries to solve the mysterious case of the disappearance of a young camper. You'll try to follow the trail of evidence to guide you through an enigmatic and paranormal case connected with a Japanese urban legend. Can you help until the end? Aki, what is TATARI?
Okay, in this, you play as a detective, and apparently at this camping ground, multiple people have suddenly gone missing, and you believe it is likely the manager kidnapping them, because he always disappears and puts the people in the exact same spot, which I assume he probably puts all the people in their spots, period. But the people who went missing were at the exact same campsite each time, and no one knows where he goes around the time the women are missing. So you're pretty sure it's him. So you've decided to take that spot yourself. And I guess your intention is, when he tries to kidnap me, I'm going to shoot him in his face. I don't know. So you bring some camping gear and you head up there and you're like, okay, I'll give the manager some stuff that I found at the campsite tomorrow morning, even though I'm supposed to be here to arrest him after I find out he's the bad guy. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And very quickly, things kind of go a little weird. For instance, you go to sleep that night and you wake up inside of a building, a long hallway that has multiple different types of colored lanterns in it. And sadly, at that point, the game, for some reason, kept freezing, I think is what it was doing. I could never get past that section, sadly. I'd go into a room, all the lights would go off, and then nothing. Just nothing. I couldn't do anything. Other people were able to get through it, so I looked up some guides to see if I could figure out maybe I was doing something wrong. I did not see what I could have been doing wrong. So the game does have a bunch of smaller puzzles in it. If any of you ever played those old sliding puzzles where you had to move boats around so you could slide a boat out of a hole at the end of the puzzle box, there's some of those in the game.
Those aren't bad.
I love those. Those were my favorite thing when I was in middle school and high school. I love those things. So that's, you get puzzles like that. The area of the game isn't super huge from what I've gathered looking at different walkthroughs and stuff, but everything is really dark. So definitely bump up the lighting on your computer screens, because holy shit, when the lights go out in this bitch, they go out. You are in pitch black.
Yeah, that seems to be one of the common complaints with the game is the darkness.
Yeah, because there's no real way to change that either. So you have to do it with your screen itself, and not all screens really like to do that too well, sadly.
Yeah, I'm all too familiar.
Yeah, the screen I'm on doesn't do it for shit. The one at my house does, because it's a proper TV screen.
Right, well,
yeah.
Anything else to say? Are you ready for a verdict?
I think I'm generally ready for a verdict.
All right, $10. What do you think?
I think it's probably worth it if you like these, it's a creepy game and you're talking to people and just trying to solve little puzzles to figure things out. It's a pretty decent little detective game. It's not treading any new ground or anything, but it's pretty good. And it has a decent atmosphere. So I think it's worth it if you like these style of games. Hopefully you don't get stuck near the beginning of the game like I did. Yeah, hopefully not. I seem to be one of only a small handful of people who have had that issue, so hopefully you'll be able to play it. Yeah.
All right, next up, Lone Shark, developed by Studio Ortica, published by Dark Product, released January 12th, Series X and S for $4.99. You are an indebted angler trapped in a vicious cycle of borrowing and desperation. One dark, endless night at sea, you haul up something unnatural. Talking fish named Caglio. Struggling on this name. It promises you Caglioso. Good enough. It promises you riches, but its bargains come with terrifying strings. Bri and Jacob, both of you check this one out. Bri, start us off. What is going on in Lone Shark?
I feel like this is the kind of game where you set the stage instead of describing the details. So to start your game, you click on New Debt instead of New Game. We were lent a lot of money from a loan shark, and we have to pay it back with interest. We have a ship in the middle of nowhere, in the dark, lit by the full moon, and we have to fish off the deck of the Vita Nova, our ship, with our radio blaring.
That is what our money paid for.
Yes.
It wasn't just like a rando loan.
Yeah. So we have our radio blaring some old-timey Italian cafe tunes. Our debt looms as a literal meter on the screen that ticks down with each catch we get. There's little in the way of tutorial. If you've played a fishing minigame in anything else before, you should be able to get the hang of things quickly, though. You can read on your notes that you need to cast further than 8 feet away from the ship to keep the fish from being distracted. You cast with the right trigger. It brings up a bar that you want to hit in the middle of as the line speeds back and forth. And then you'll change to a view of the lure, and you can see when the fish come near. You'll then get another meter-style mini-game where you want to alternate tapping and holding the trigger to keep the fish on the line between 2 lax and 2 taut. And once you catch a fish, you'll have to gut it and then put it in the bucket. The gutting minigame is pretty simple, just cut, nothing fancy. And then nearby there's a crate of beer bottles that we can drink. But then we catch a mysterious fish we can't identify, and when we try to gut it, it speaks to us. And as previously mentioned, his name is Caglioso, and he's a magic fish. And he has a debt to pay to us if we let him live. He'll help us. Fish gives us his eye for bait, and we catch a fish worth its weight in gold because it's made of gold. But that's not enough to get through our debt. The water is scary when you have your eye on the fishing line. We can hear dark things moaning in the ocean. There are bigger, scarier fish out there that we can see if we look around. And there are other things like indescribable, impossible things. Yeah. Yep. So will you be able to clear your debt with fish, or is there a bigger price to pay? The game is a fairly short experience. You'll need to play more than once to get all the achievements, find all the endings. There are different endings and different paths to get there. I've gotten 3 or 4 endings at this point, and I'm eager to find all the little details. One big negative to this game, during scenes where the fish gives us his eye or there's some sort of transition, it just goes to a gray-black cutscene screen. I don't know. And it really took me out of the game. The lack of tutorial is another knock against this. Took me way too long to realize that aiming my head up before I cast would help me cast faster, better, further, easily. Where this game could be described as horror, I'd say it's a bit more surreal than that, though. There are some bigger themes going on about crushing debt, following your dreams, taking risks. But, like, I don't want to ruin the experience too much by giving too much away, because it's not super long. Jacob, what are your thoughts on this?
I thought it was an interesting title. I can agree with it being more surreal than horror. Yeah, it's an odd story, and I think it's worth playing through multiple times to get all the different endings to it. I think you're correct. Like, I'm very much in agreement with that it needs a tutorial. But at the same time, it may have been something that would have been hard to throw in. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's hard to say. It's just it just takes away from it a little bit. Having to figure that out, it takes away from the discovery of the game story. Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts?
Not really. I thought it was decent.
$5 game. What do you think?
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's a good price. Basically, if it weren't for the 2 big negatives, I would give this a resounding buy it at that price. Like, it's a bit off for a game, but I was expecting something like that to come from this publisher, seeing as how they also brought Rat Shaker out, which I loved. Different developer, obviously, but I want to
fucking game.
Yeah, so I want to give this more than just to try it, but it's not quite buy it because of those 2 negatives. It's a great price and an interesting game.
$5, so
yeah, so fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
I'd give it a fuck it, why not as well.
We have the rating for.
Exactly. Yeah, this is going to end up on a list for sure of interesting things for people to, like, turn their head at. It was worth checking out.
Speaking of turning your head, I watched ID Team play this. The T-rated game. I saw at least 1 F-bomb in this. I don't know
Oh yeah.
how they got away with that, but
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's like a PG-13 movie, like,
dude, I remember when shit would get an M rating. Now they say it like every other word in fucking Need for Speed, so
I heard it in
whatever.
Paw Patrol.
Yeah, they're terrible on Paw Patrol.
They really are.
Percy Pup is the worst, but Anyway, next up, we got a 3-pack of titles from Head Bear Games. Metal Shoot, released December 21st. Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox PC, $4.99 each. Join Bolty, the electric blue little hero, in a classic pixel art adventure inspired by 80s and 90s platformers. Jump, shoot, and defeat enemies across fun and challenging stages. Perfect for the whole family. Short stages, simple controls, and just the right amount of challenge. Jacob, what is Metal Shoot?
Metal Shoot is pretty much the Mega Man aesthetics for, like, the action platformers of the 80s and 90s that the description was talking about. And the gameplay is very similar, except you can't switch weapons or do like any kind of supercharge. But you're just going through these levels. You collect these like little bits. You get like health bars that you can pick up. And on each stage, you have to collect 3 stars to move on to the next stage, which is done in this like little transporter thing that very much like looks an awful lot like the capsules that Mega Man X would hop into in those titles. And yeah, like you just have to find your 3 stars, move on to the next thing. the enemies get varied as you go through, but it kind of holds your hand with everything, which honestly is not bad. I found this to be a very nice, relaxing game to play. And my kids were kind of interested in it because they like the idea of Mega Man, but Mega Man's too hard for them. So this might be a little bit more their speed. But I like this one.
Into the Mega Man-esque.
Yeah, I honestly think. Yeah, I honestly would say it is. Like, it gets you ready for like some of the kind of traps, like some of the kind of enemies, and like getting used to like figuring out where they're going to land and all that kind of stuff, or what their attack patterns are. But in an environment where you can easily hop away if you need to.
All right. Well, there's 2 more games. We'll cover them all at the end. Space Frontier released November 25th. Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox PC for $4.99 each. A classic space shooter reborn. Pilot your ship on an epic journey through the cosmos, facing hordes of space pirates across 13 intense levels. Defeat enemies to collect upgrade orbs and spend them in the shop to evolve your ship with more damage, extra life, and insane speed. Face colossal bosses in battles that demand strategy and razor-sharp reflexes. Every victory brings you closer to interstellar glory. Get ready for the final frontier. Space has never been so dangerous or so addictive. Jacob, what is Space Frontier?
The Space Frontier is, it's an arcade shmup. I would say along the lines of like Defender, in terms of that kind of gameplay. But yeah, you're just moving through these levels, and you shoot up your enemies, you collect the orbs, and these orbs let you get upgrades for your ship, which you're going to need a lot of, because your ship is really weak at the beginning, and you're going to die. Like, honestly, I was surprised with this one, as compared to the Archer one that I'm reviewing next. Metal shooting that one, they both had like a real ease of easy difficulty to them. Yeah. Definitely holding your hand. This one's just like, no,
go play your ship.
Go play this level a few more times, loser. So I liked it. It was simple. It's not going to blow anyone's mind, playing this, but, it's fun. I liked it.
Nifty. And then we got one more. You mentioned it. Tiny Archer, released September 30th. This one back in September on the Xboxes for $5 each. Embark on an epic adventure in Tiny Archer, a breathtaking 2D platformer set in a dangerous slime-infested dungeon. As a nimble archer, fight through 20 treacherous levels filled with cunning slimes, each requiring clever tactics to defeat. Master wall jumping to navigate deadly traps, collect crystals, grab powerful quivers that unleash triple shot barrages of power. With precise controls and diverse enemies, Tiny Archer offers thrilling combat and exploration. Jacob, hold me to closer, Tiny Archer. What is this one?
So Tiny Archer is also in that 80s, 90s action platformer, retro style that was talked about. Not on the level of Mega Man. I guess it would be kind of like Ninja Gaiden, Castlevania aesthetics on it, except you're mostly shooting slimes of different colors. But yeah, you're this little archer who just has to make it from point A to point B. You collect these little dots, which don't ever really seem to do anything. And along the way, you can pick up these super arrows, which shoot 3 at a time, and they're obviously stronger than your normal arrow. And you just have to shoot all the slimes and get to point B and go into the next level. Gameplay's fun. It's simple but fun. And running into the blue slimes the first time, you're going to get your ass kicked. But again, you just learn everybody's attack patterns and all that kind of stuff, and you use those super arrows sparingly if you can. I didn't like this one as much as Metal Shoot. Metal Shoot. But at the same time, like I don't mind it either. You know what I mean? It's just kind of
It seems like that's what all three of these games are from Headbear. Just like cute, inoffensive, but they're $5.
Yeah.
So they're $5 each. What are your thoughts on each of the three games?
Metal Shoot, yes. Sorry.
Space Frontier,
yes.
Tiny Archer.
Tiny Archer. Yeah, I mean, wait for a sale, but like at the same time, fuck it, why not?
Yeah. And of course, these are triple stacks. You know our thoughts on these, which is a bummer because these games all seem really neat and entertaining, but I don't want to spend $5 to pick up the series version. And if Ashley's watching TV, I can't play it on my PC. Or I could do remote play and have lag, which made friggin' Cassette Boy near unplayable earlier. Just playing on my PC from my console. Yeah. So play anywhere, and I'll get on board with these, but stop the stacks. Or if you're going to do them, do what the next dev does and like make them worthwhile, because we got One Button Games 5-in-1 Volume 3, developed by Abba Games, published by Xitilon, released January 6th on Xbox One, Series, and PC for $4.99 each. A bundle of all three versions of all three volumes is available for $15. And if you purchased a previous bundle of these games, you got this one free. And you'll probably get Volume 4 if that one exists. The One Button Games 5-in-1 collection features a variety of fast-paced games that can be played using a single button. Because they're one-button games. Everyone played this. Aki, you spoke first, so you get to talk about this. What is One Button Games 5-in-1 Volume 3?
It's a bunch of games. No, Jacob, you take over.
No, I got this.
Okay, Bri, you take over.
All right, so we already established it's a game collection that features 5 games you can play with just one button. The first thing I would note is, like the previous games in the series, it has off-numbered achievements like 18s that will task you with getting high scores, collecting a certain amount of coins, surviving a length of time, stuff like that. I felt like the color palette of this collection was way more fun than previous ones. These games are kind of like old Atari-style games with minimalistic controls. The only tutorial you get is like instructions on what the A button does, whether you hold it or tap it while it's in like a demo loop for each selected game. I guess I could just do like a quick description of each game and then we can share our thoughts. Does that sound fun?
Yeah, you want me to go down the list?
I got it, because I got like a little description here in my notes. So Twin P has you hold the A button to stretch and press to pin, and you have 2 P points, literally the letter P, with a line and then the other P, and each P has a different color, pink or purple. And you want to collect the coins and avoid the X's that will kill you. In order to move, you have to kind of like swing or climb while the line rotates around the pinned P, and you can't leave the boundary of the screen or you will die. I didn't really like this one. Anybody else have any thoughts?
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind this one, but it does take a while to pick it up.
Yeah.
I like once I really figured out what the heck I was supposed to be doing, I had fun with it.
All right.
Well, the store describes Twin P as a fast-paced one-button game. So
Yeah.
next one.
All right. Revolve A has you press a button to move the direction of a spinning blue arrow, mushroom. I don't know what it was. And there are these moving red dots that connect together with green lines. You have to bounce into the green lines to get points. The more connection points, the better. When there aren't any green lines, you want to avoid hitting red dots. And then you can bounce off the walls in this one to help avoid the dots. Besides racking up points on the green lines, you want to last as long as you can for achievements.
The store describes this one as a fast-paced one-button game. What do y'all think of it?
It is indeed a fast-paced one-button game. I was not as much of a fan of this one. This one really tried my patience a lot. Like I get what I'm supposed to do. Yeah.
Know what the blind person's bad at? Making sure you go between two red balls instead of smacking into any of the motherfuckers.
Joe's used to going in between two blue balls.
All right. So next is 2-lane, which you have like a Frogger-looking car, and then you press the A button to move it to the left lane or the right lane, depending on where you are. You need to collect coins and dodge obstacles by changing lanes. You can also hold A to accelerate, or more aptly, go fast through your lane changes. Letting off the gas letting off the gas almost immediately slows you back down. And this was probably my favorite of the collection because I felt the most success at it immediately.
Yeah, this is one I think everyone understands the concept of and can do. It is Frogger.
We all
simple.
get the concept. At the same time, I'm also like, fuck this game. I hated it.
What's wrong with you?
I was terrible at it.
Well, the store page describes 2-lane as a fast-paced one-button game.
I'll do it.
What do y'all think of it?
This one wasn't bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I just sucked at it.
All right. Next up was D-Laser. It has a laser that blasts every so often. It covers the whole screen when it fills up the meter and hits the red line. Meanwhile, there are blocks falling down the line that you can hide behind. Tapping the A button moves your little dude back and forth. Holding A stops in place, and you can hide behind the blue blocks to score points by avoiding the laser blast. I thought this one was okay. What about you guys?
I wasn't a fan.
It was fine.
No?
Well, the store describes it as a fast-paced one-button game. Any thoughts?
It's not.
Okay. One more?
All right. Mirror Floor is a mirrored floor scenario where you have mirrored platforms to jump that are right side up and upside down, and you can jump between them to gather coins. Your little character always has a mirrored image, so the actual character is always a little brighter. But basically, it's a simple platformer where you jump but can't fall out of bounds, and you have to tap the button to jump and hold to accelerate. This was probably my second favorite of the collection because it felt easy to score and had seemingly clear rules.
Fuck this game. I hate it, and I can't stop playing it. I hate it because it's just like I keep thinking I'm doing so well, and then I go to jump, and my guy's just like going right off the edge. Just when I think I got my timing down, no, this game always it keeps throwing me a fucking curve.
Proud of you. But the store page says Mirror Floor is a fast-paced one-button game. What do you think?
It's fun.
It's slower paced.
All right, 5 games, $5. What do you think?
I actually like this collection best of the 3.
Yeah,
I'd give this a try it.
If you like them, it's a buy it. If they haven't interested you thus far, this one probably isn't going to change your mind.
That sounds like this one could potentially change your mind.
Yeah.
Sounds like this one's the best
fan
of the 3.
The gamer score 18s, but it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're on the fence, again, there is the One Button Games 5-in-1 All Volumes bundle that includes Volume 1 on Xbox One, Series, and PC, Volume 2 on Xbox One, Series, and PC, and Volume 3 on Xbox One, Series, and PC for $15. 9 games. Xitilon is doing the bundles right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. I'm not a fan of triple stacks, but they're doing it right where they're like, all right, you could buy 3 games for $15 and we'll throw in 3 old ones for free.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're doing it right as opposed to some who are like, well, we'll do the 3 new games and then 3 old games for the price of 6 games. Like, no, people already bought the other 3 if they wanted them. Xitilon's doing it right. Anyway, we got one final game. Oh, wait, Jacob, your thoughts on One Button Games? Verdict.
I said buy it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. One final game to talk about tonight is Cats Around Us, Giant Cat, developed by Noobzilla, published by Silesia Games, that released January 14th on Xbox, 15th on PlayStation, 22nd on the Switch for $2.99. It was disgusting. A giant cat has made an otherwise peaceful village its napping spot. Can you find all the hidden cats scattered around the chaos? Explore 4 illustrated comic pages, search for hundreds of felines, and complete relaxing jigsaw puzzles. Cats Around Us Giant Cat combines hidden object gameplay with storybook art, offering a cozy creative experience for cat and cartoon lovers alike. Bri, you're a cat lover, that's not me, so what's going on in this one?
Yep. Your first hidden cat game of the year. Many more to come, I'm sure. Cats Around Us looks to be similar to the Cats and Seek series of games by Noobzilla and brought to console by Silesia, but it's a little different. They've mixed the hidden cats objective with comic book page and jigsaw puzzles. It's very cute. There are jigsaw pieces hidden in the first puzzle, and by doing the puzzle for the level 2, you unlock it. So you can find all the hidden cats in the next level and repeat that for 4 levels total. So there are 20 to 80 cats per level and 25 jigsaw pieces to find for each puzzle. There's over 200 things to find. I think there's more than that. I didn't actually sit down and count this time, but there's a good amount of things to find. One of the things I like about the Noobzilla games is the ability to change the colors of everything. You can change your line color, your background, your hidden cat colors. This time there were 4 different soundtracks you could change between, perfect camouflage and swing the whiskers. That was another track title. Yeah. Yeah, you can change your cursor to something other than a finger to poke all the cats you find. There's even an achievement for doing so. I also love that each cat is named after a fan's cat with their parent listed as well.
Oh,
and there's a
that's awesome.
Yeah, there's a description of the cute things that they do, like cuddle with underwear or terrorize houseplants. Those were actual things from this one. This game also features a photo mode, so you can take pictures when you color in your photo, or then you can color in your photo. There is a timed mode to challenge you, a hint system to help you if you just can't find a cat, and there is a really generous zoom. The art is super cute, as always, and I love the giant cat in the middle of the art to find along with the smaller kitties. The comic-style panels in the 4 levels tell a little story about a witch trying to mitigate the damage being done by the giant cat. There was one button choice in the puzzles that was weird. You had to press Y to rotate pieces, and X to reset the puzzle. It just felt a little less intuitive. Yeah, than if it had been the other way around. Yeah, and it's a little extra challenging.
On the reset?
I don't remember because I was warned about this in advance and it was really careful.
Could you imagine being almost done going to rotate a puzzle piece and it?
Yeah. So
I could totally imagine that happened to me about 100 times.
And it's a little extra challenging because if you hold down A to move the piece and then you're trying to, you're clicking, if you're trying to move the piece and rotate at the same time, you're having to hold A and then Y to rotate. It just came off as a little cumbersome, but you can, you don't have to rotate while you move. You can, it's just, that's really my one note on this game, was maybe switch that when you bring the next big cat or giant cat game to console, maybe have the rotate on X and the reset on Y, and I would be a happy camper.
Carnage made a bad joke.
Oh,
that's all he ever makes.
In timed mode, you may need to pause to make it easier. Pause. Yep.
I do like how Aki unmutes and then talks directly with the microphone in her throat based on how loud she gets.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
$3 on Cats Around Us Giant Cat. I'm just gonna go and say Silesia's pricing is just out of control. They're asking way too much for the
yeah. So yeah, I
can't even get through it without laughing. They're so affordable. I
love the art. I had a great time with this one. It's a tad short, but the price is right. I would say buy this.
And if $3 is somehow too much for you, it is on sale for a couple more days for 60% or 60 cents off.
Yeah.
You could get it for $240. Buy the goddamn game. It's less than $3.
Yep. Just buy it.
Really? Just at that point.
Yep. Bring us more Noobzilla games on Xbox and other consoles because I love them.
All right, and with that, we are done with the episode. Big thanks to the three of you for being here, hanging out the whole time, or at least most of the time in the case of Jacob. Big thanks to Grant for coming on and surprising us and just hanging out for the hell of it to chat news with us. And big thanks to Nando for coming on, chatting about Super Farming Boy with us. It is available on Xbox now for $10. Leave a review, but if you liked it, don't leave a negative review because that's weird.
Yeah.
Good plan.
Music. I saw that Nando had worked with JunkieXL. So I'm going to take the opportunity to play something from the SSX Blur soundtrack that JunkieXL did. So,
you should do some stuff off of the Need for Speed. He did one of the soundtracks for them too.
Okay, but is it licensed music or is it like a custom soundtrack for the game?
I don't know. You can buy the album off of iTunes.
Yeah, you could buy SX Blur too, but
I don't think you can.
Pretty sure you can.
I don't know. I'll check it out afterwards, but
I'm pulling up on my phone right now. Fuck all this. We doing this.
Need for Speed Pro Street. JunkieXL and EA Games soundtrack.
Oh. I'll have to look that one up. Music from
really good.
SSX Blur, original soundtrack, JunkieXL and EA Games, $9.99. 15
on
tracks
iTunes?
On iTunes.
Oh, shit.
$9.99.
I do a search for SSX every once in a while because I always wish that they would bring back the soundtrack for 3 on Astralworks. But, yeah.
Yeah.
They never do.
Well, I'm playing something from SSX Blur because that's what I planned this whole time, and you're going to fucking deal with it.
Okay.
Blah. Does anyone have any final words to end the show?
New year, new shit. Let's go.
New titties.
Someone said titties and Aki's not going to say anything?
Yeah, no, I was a little surprised.
I don't.
That's because I'm thinking of them all.
Oh.
All them new titties. Fair.